County as well. There's been plenty of radar in both of those counties already this morning on I-40, especially out around the Dollywood exit. It's heavy but moving down Broadway right now, trying to get up on that ramp to 640 there on the backside of Sharps Ridge. Radar earlier 75 up through Campbell County. Fountain City Jewelers, your diamond engagement ring headquarters. Stop by and see Mark Enix today at Fountain City Jewelers next to Litton's. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings of a varsity team. What is it with you and this obsession with this varsity crap?
People come to us because we don't sell them and they can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man? World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door. Some things are a matter of duty.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to skip. Mine's about to take advice from a clown's eyes head first into the shallow end of the booth.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing!
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Cody McClure, the P team is here. Sam Beard and Bad News Bubba. It's officially the start of football season here in Knoxville. This one's going to be different. This is going to be a fun week. We'll dive into it all week long as we get ready for the Vols to take on the Georgia Bulldogs. Got a really, really fun NFL game to get to. A full week 2 of college football and week 1 of NFL recap. And then our usual shenanigans. Cody McClure, how are you?
Doing great, John. Good morning. Welcome to the show, everyone. It's good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Hope everyone had a good weekend. I sure did. I had a good weekend. Very productive. I got a lot of extra money gathered into the coffers, which was necessary for the extra money I'll be spending in my life this week. Because it is Georgia week. The big one is upon us. Top 15 matchup. Looking forward to it. Just a whole lot of football for me this weekend. I watched with some friends yesterday, NFL. It was a good day. Good weekend. How was yours?
Solid weekend. Solid weekend.
How was your birthday party?
Birthday party was good. It was good.
It wasn't your birthday party, but a birthday party.
No, not mine. Well, it was my half birthday party.
We are about as far away as possible from your birthday party. Actually, we're exactly halfway. Weird how that worked out, huh?
Yeah.
September 8th. Wow. 6 months from March 8th.
How about it?
Wow. Didn't even mean to do that. But that's how we started the show.
That's good.
We are flipped completely opposite of the calendar exactly of your birthday.
Happy birthday wishes to me.
Wow.
Thank you, everybody.
So you are exactly 35 and a half.
That is exactly correct.
Wow.
Yep.
That is old.
Look at Cody here this morning, John. We've bullied him out of Starbucks, it seems.
You'll never bully me out of Starbucks, Sam.
I think we at least planted a seed last week. He was like, "Man, I'm spending that much per month."
We've done this before.
Look, I didn't need you guys to do anything. I've known I've spent too much. I know it's an issue. I have known. You did bring it up last week, but I've known about these problems for months.
He's made it a week before. We'll see. We'll see. I hope he breaks the habit.
This just isn't as good.
Wow, eating at home not as good as going out to eat and eating big steak every night.
La Colombe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works. What is all this fuzz? I get this fuzz on me.
Sam, you good over there? How are you?
Come from in here.
I'm doing good. My brain honestly hurts from watching so much football this week. You got to get back into the groove of having Saturday, and then you turn right back around Sunday, and you got to do it all over again. Last week, I was just kind of prepared with just a regular slate of college football, but now we got NFL, and I'm not complaining about it. It was a good day until I saw Brian Callahan coach a football
my
game.
God,
That kind of ruined my night.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that at the beginning. Maybe we'll hit that on Wednesday or so. But yeah, I was footballed out. I was locked in. And then, after the Titans, after Brian Callahan watching that performance, I had to go and catch me a 2-mile walk. I went on a 2.5-mile walk after that game before the Bills-Ravens just to get some air and then think about the atrocity that was his coaching. And then about when I'm over it, I pull out my phone and I'm scrolling the internet to my Titans group chat, and then I see that Brian Callahan didn't know that 1 elbow equals 2 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got mad all over again. I was like, this guy, what a moron. Then I got mad again. But then I settled into for some good football, or at least some entertaining football.
What'd you say? 1 elbow equals 2 feet?
Yeah, when it comes to catching passes in the NFL.
Oh.
Like if you get your knee down, that's 2 feet. If you get your elbow down, it's 2 feet.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
I thought that was some sort of pricing system at a brothel.
But then he was asked about not challenging a pass. He's like, well, he would have had to get another foot down. And everyone's like, no, that's wrong. That's not the rule. So now we got a coach that openly admits he doesn't know the damn rules. So that's a bad place to be in as a fan. But again, Sam, we don't have to talk about that to start the day. Let's go to our boy, Bad News Bubba, who maybe has some good news after watching Daniel Jones yesterday. What's up, Bubba?
Hello, John. Hello, Cody. Hello, Sam.
Bubba Cool. It's Bubba Cool over there.
Yeah, in the flesh.
How are you this morning, Bubba?
I'm all right.
That's better than bad. That's progress.
I mean, as a blue-collar man that can fix pipes and plumbing and all sorts of leaks,
Did you get it done?
I did. Unfortunately, it took 2 extra tries than it should have been.
But do you feel comfortable now in case it happens again?
Yeah. It ate up into my time Saturday morning. But then, I finally got that shower Saturday morning too. And then I fell asleep and I woke up and I kind of missed the first half of the noon games. So, missed out on a little bit of football. And that sucked. And then I got to spend the majority of all day yesterday cleaning out a shed. So, did not really get to watch much of any NFL football at all.
Okay, well.
Did you get off all the blood off of the floor?
No, it's still there.
Oh.
It's a reminder.
Bubba's wearing sunglasses today. That's why I called him Bubba Cool for those who aren't viewing the video, who are watching on radio. Listening on radio. Sometimes you got to paint a picture, and you should know that Bubba looks cool.
It's a good look.
Yeah. I like sunglasses indoors on the radio. I used to do it every now and then too, but of course I got made fun of, so I stopped.
Well, they've already made fun of me, so it won't stop me now.
Did you tell them you have cataracts?
No, it's just I either have really bad bags underneath my eyes from the lack of sleep and just, being a man. Or I just wear the sunglasses just because it got a little sunny out and I just didn't feel like taking them off.
Cataracts, that's a funny word. It's kind of close to caterpillar, also sort of like Cadillac. It is Cadillac in China.
Which all three have nothing in common.
What?
Caterpillar, Cataracts, Cadillac.
Oh, I'm sure you can find something in common.
Can caterpillars get cataracts?
While they crawl on a Cadillac?
That's the question.
The other two guys here are weirded out.
We done with the cataracts?
Good stuff by us, though, Bubba.
Okay, we good.
That's me and you. That's us.
That was riveting.
I thought so.
I was reading the chat. Call Cam Ward, Kamaliva Ward.
All right.
Kamaliva. Although that doesn't even really make sense because like Iamaliava is his last name, not his first name. Jared.
Check him into the psych ward.
Just so you know. And if you watched that game and thought Cam Moore was a problem, I don't know what to tell you, brother.
That offensive line didn't do him any favors.
That's the worst part about the Titans. That I mean, look, I think Sam, we talked about it's probably the worst possible matchup for a rookie quarterback going into Denver for his first game. But yeah, it was way worse than even I feared. The offensive line just got whipped again. I thought that was going to be improved, and at least through one game, it was not.
The video of Cam Ward's dad, like in that 2-minute drill, or just like the 1-minute drill, I guess, where he had just threw two absolute seeds right down the middle, and it was just right off the hands, and he was just like, "Oh my God, can anybody help my son out?"
Yeah, it's going to be a bad video I guess if you're the wide receivers and you see that all week go viral, you just got to kind of laugh about it at a certain point. But, like, hopefully everybody knows they got to be better. I don't want to talk about the Titans to start the day. I want to talk about the top 15 Vols and the big matchup with Georgia coming. If anything, if you want to talk about anything else, maybe Bills Ravens could get us started, but not the Titans. I blame Sam partially. I blame Jared in the chat, and I blame
Brian Callahan for putting me in this mood.
Well, that too. I blame Cody and Bubba for whatever the hell they were doing that made me go look at the chat, and then I blame me for. Well, now he does it. Now he loves doing it.
The Titans yesterday, stinky.
Speaking of bullying Cody into coffee, we've now bullied him into doing the Cam Ward. We love it. Clip that in the chats. We'll save that for later. He's been bullied into doing that too, Sam. Look at that.
Can't bully me.
He's like a little dancing monkey.
You can't bully. Can't bully the bully.
Do whatever we want.
I'll show you bullying.
Let's go to break. We'll come back. Tennessee set for a big-time matchup against Georgia. We'll dive into that. Like I said, a really good game between the Ravens and Bills. Jam-packed football weekend. Let's talk sports on FANRUN Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is FANRUN Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them FANRUN sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court-martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
Good morning, T-Dot. Still out here trying to untangle a couple of wrecks we had earlier. It's busy 40 east and west now by Pellissippi Parkway. Still some volume coming off that ramp from Western Avenue on the 640, especially going westbound. Still building pretty good down 75 over Jellicoe Mountain coming through Campbell County into Anderson County. If your check engine light comes on, don't panic. Google search Knuckle Busters Amco Knoxville. Amco serving East Tennessee since 1962. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Tennessee, Georgia. Just a mere week away. Less than a week away. Just a business week away, and then Knoxville will come alive in a way that makes all this worth it. These are the weeks you wait all off season for when you're counting down until it's football time in Tennessee. It's not really for the opener against Syracuse or the Balt win against teams like ETSU. It's for weekends like the one we're about to get. Any thoughts from the ETSU game?
Well, my first thought was that our guest picker there bringing us into the segment? That'd be pretty cool, huh? You know, college game day in town this week. ETSU. I'm talking about Dolly, by the way. ETSU. Yeah, my thoughts on ETSU are we scored 72 points, which I don't know if you saw over on FANRUNradio.com, but that's what I had hoped for, was that we would score 72, break Josh Heupel's scoring record, because games like that, I'm always on the lookout for it. And we did it. We scored exactly 72 points, which is one more than we scored last year against Kent State. Not as big of a margin. You shut Kent State out. But I thought this ETSU team, they had some serviceable players. They were better than Kent State.
Felt like an absolute gift from the gambling gods when you check on Saturday and see Vols minus 40 and only 10.5.
Yeah.
Only 10.5 for the first quarter.
I spent $100 on that.
23.5 for the first half. All those felt like gifts, so thank you. It's nice to have some built-in safety nets whenever trying to navigate a football weekend with your bankroll. Shout out to them for the replenishment. Tennessee is back to scoring a bunch of points and looking good, but we've always known they'll do that against those teams. Like that remains the best bet in sports.
Yeah, Vegas has got to catch up on that. I hope they don't. But if you look at it, man, that's what Heupel does against those teams. Rarely are we not in the 60s at least. Like UT Martin, 65. We scored 69 and 71 last year. Now here we are at 72. Like, if you see 40.5, you got to jump all over that. So that's what I did Saturday morning. As soon as I saw it, I said, "Oh, that's my bet of the day. That's where my money's going."
It feels like they're catching up a little bit, because yesterday you could get Georgia and Tennessee with a 7.5-point spread, and then by the time I went to bed, it was down to 4.5. With the money line going from plus, I believe, to plus 225 down to, I believe, plus 168.
The spread is down to 4.5?
The spread is down to 4.5.
Oh, boy.
The spread is down to 4.5.
Oh, boy. We were the biggest mover in the AP poll, jumping up to 15.
That didn't make sense to me. moving up 7 spots.
Well, we had some ops lose. I think we had at least 4, maybe 5 teams ahead of us. 4, I think.
I guess South Florida went from unranked to 18th as well. So, I mean, they were a new entrant. They moved up quite a bit. But
you put up 72 points. The AP loves that. They love when you score big points against bad teams.
Didn't feel that good whenever Syracuse was down 11 in the fourth quarter and had only scored 6 points. You're like, wait a second, what the hell has happened to this team? They at least somewhat moved the ball against Tennessee at times. Now, I do think most of it was garbage time, but they at least had 14 points in the first half that were legit. What the hell has happened here? Thankfully, they were able to kind of pull out a victory. Did you see after the game? Fran Brown making the boys run wind sprints after their victory.
Yeah.
They weren't sprinting either. It was a jog. They weren't able to do much.
Yeah, it was all like theater, and I wondered how the players felt because I feel like if we just had like a fourth quarter 11-point comeback and then won that game in overtime, you could save the theatrics. It's almost like he made up his mind whenever they were down 11, he was going to do that, and then they won, and he was still so mad that he just made them do it anyways because he had planned it.
It was not impressive, but at least they won.
At least they won, and I do think Tennessee needs them to at least be a bowl team. I do think Tennessee needs them to not be awful, although, hell, who knows? Maybe Tennessee just takes care of business themselves, and we ain't got to worry about resumes and all that.
Well, that's the hope. That's the hope, is that we just take care of our business.
And the business starts on Saturday with Georgia coming to town. P-Team, Sam, Bubba, anything stand out to you from the ETSU game?
Honestly, not really. I think just being able to get a little bit more of that chemistry down with some of those wide receivers. I thought the connection to Chris Brazzell looked pretty good. And my only other takeaway would probably be that, you're kind of seeing the running back hierarchy take shape. I think what we talked about last week with kind of Bishop and then Star Thomas and then kind of a gap in Peyton Lewis. I kind of feel like this game kind of showed that even more.
Yeah, that's going to age to be a good take by me. Poor Deshaun Bishop drops two passes that the no gloves thing's, funny and it looks cool whenever you're running the ball, but whenever you're dropping wide open passes because you can't catch the ball, I think it leads to a lot of people, and probably Josh Heupel included, to be like, hey, you want to wear some gloves? They'll help you catch those. Because then he pretty much got benched, and we didn't really see much from him after that. Bubba, any takes from the Vols, 72-17 win over ETSU?
Still some things to clean up here. Some pretty errant passes from Joey. Still, sideline to sideline. And then on the defensive side of things, the linebackers need to, middle of the field and short passes because Georgia does a lot of that. So if Tim Banks can, adjust on some of that. If not, we're cooked. But
Joey Aguilar just graded out as the best quarterback performance, in ages for Tennessee. And Bubba, I like you bring him in here and you keep him honest. Like, hey, enough of those high passes.
I mean, the one to Mike Matthews, which I feel like a lot of people were going to point out, it's just like not great.
I thought Joey was, you can never call a guy perfect, but it's pretty damn good Saturday. I didn't see a lot of throws that it seemed to me like every time the ball came out of his hand, completion, 15 yards, great, keep moving.
Now, if what Bubba is saying is that, some of that stuff might not fly against Georgia, I don't necessarily disagree. Like the deep ball to Mike Matthews, a Georgia safety's probably picking that off.
That's a pick.
Either the two of them down there, yeah.
Right. Now, would he make that throw against Georgia?
Probably. I hope he does.
Maybe,
don't
maybe
change
not.
Who you are.
Would Mike Matthews? I mean, I was happy to see Mike Matthews come up and make a play because I thought last week against Syracuse, that was one he kind of just let drop because, like, hey, I'm not the intended receiver. I'm not going to go get it. But this time, it's like, hey, I'm just going to go get the ball. And he did, and he caught it. And I thought both him and Brazzell looked good, that they both finally caught the ball, and they were rewarded with 15 catches for 236 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now, all of a sudden, your wide receivers, especially if you combine that with Staley of last week, all 3 of your wide receivers should be feeling pretty good heading into that game. Your 3 starters, hey, good job, boys. That stat line's looking pretty good.
The deep ball to Matthews was pretty Joey just had a look in his eyes like, hey, go up and get it. I'm throwing this damn thing to the end zone.
Well,
I mean,
there is a part of me that appreciates that too, though. Like, hey,
that's what we signed up for with him.
Mike's down there somewhere. Hell, these people are still hanging around to watch this game. Let's see what we got here. Let's throw it up.
Yeah. It's basically a Hail Mary.
It's better than, 5-10 yards in front of the receiver's face, and you're talking about not being able to give your guy a chance. He's going out there and giving your guys a chance at it. And when you got a guy in Mike Matthews that you were hoping is going to be a blue chip talent, you got to hope that he's going to go out there and make a play.
Give him a chance to see what they got. It's one of those. I mean, it's one of those that I think, like, game situation. I don't remember what down it was on. I'll be honest, I didn't go back and do a deep dive on this game with how lopsided it was. I didn't think there'd be much to learn, but test your wide receivers, see if they'll go in there and make a play. Now, if it's first down against Georgia, I don't want to throw that ball. But third down, hey, we got to throw it up, see if our guy can make a play. Little arm punt action, either like, hey, we'll draw a pass interference, we'll catch it, or hey, it gets intercepted, and it's a good punt. I can live with that.
You had a nice 707 yards of offense Saturday, so pretty good output from the offense. Ran the ball well, threw it all over the yard. Looked good against a team that you should look good against.
I love checking the box score and seeing 0 rush attempts from Joey. That's good. I didn't want him out there running around against ETSU. No reason to take any of those hits.
Also, no offense to Jake Merklinger, but we picked the right guy.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly.
That first drive or two, I was like, oh, goodness.
Clearly, yeah.
This would have been a long year.
I was thinking the same thing at that point in the game, especially with the 40.5-point spread. I was like, now, Merk, you're going to need to get me a couple of touchdowns here. Let's make this comfortable. But he did. He took care of business.
Tennessee did what they needed to do. We talked about what would make us happy, what we'd be content with. I think they checked those boxes, right? They passed those tests.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to point to that you're overly concerned about coming out of that game. A couple things on defense. Bubba mentioned the middle coverage and things like that. I mean, I'm a little worried about our defensive tackles going into this Georgia game. Our kind of lack of depth there.
We did get kind of bailed out a little bit on that first drive. It was nice that they, as someone with the first quarter, they had that 3rd and 10 and hit that slant, and we missed a tackle, and next thing you know, it was like a 45-yard gain, and like, oh, man. And it's like, actually, illegal formation. Bring it on back. And I'm like, okay, good. And then we just, kind of kicked their ass from there. But, yeah, the defense, they give up the 2 touchdowns. One, in the fourth quarter when it's 65 to 10, and another, after a fumble, pretty much, set them up on the 5-yard line.
Yeah, you had the big turnover there that cost you. I mean, that's both touchdowns. So it's not necessarily the points given up that I'm concerned about. It's more so the matchups going into this week. But I got no complaints about ETSU. Everything was fine and dandy.
Anything else, Bubba, Sam, Cody, anything else about ETSU we need to say?
I like their uniforms.
Yeah, I mean, I'm rooting for their success. I mean, Will Healy after the game, talked about how Tennessee's finally got a leader over there at quarterback.
I did
that
like
was
that
a nice
comment, yeah.
veiled shot at Nico and compliment to Joey, and it's kind of how people felt.
I'd be complimentary, too, after my team lost by 57 points.
Actually, I feel like it'd be pretty easy to come in and be, salty after that.
There was some scuffle apparently between coaches at the end of the game.
I mean, really? Well, I didn't see that. I'd quit watching by that point. I'd moved to Ole Miss and Kentucky.
They were like, awkward exchange at midfield post game, and you saw Josh Heupel kind of shake hands, and as he was walking out, he kind of looked back and he looked confused.
I wonder if that was to Healy or somebody else. I mean, because having 70 scored on you and having the record set. I mean, that, especially for a small in-state school, I get it. Hey, come take your check, but.
Well, it's not like we were trying to run it up on them. I mean, we had our damn third team in there. They couldn't stop anything. It's not like you had Joey out there trying to see if we could score 100.
No, but you're letting your third team come in there and throw it. I mean, McIntyre threw the ball 7 times, which, look, some would say, hey, we got to get everybody reps. It is what it is. That's part of what taking the check is. You come in here and you do the job. Someone said Josh Heupel is the guy that pays, an hour with the stripper, and he wants all of his hour. Like, he is going to get all 60 minutes. He is not going to let you leave early. Hey, like, I paid
good money for this.
You're going to sit here and dance all 60 minutes. And that's kind of how Josh Heupel coaches these games against the ETSUs of the world. Like, yeah, we paid you. Sorry, our third-string quarterback is going to come in here and actually play football and throw the ball around. And I kind of appreciate that. I would understand if the coaches on the other side were upset about it because, hey, like they got to go back up the road knowing that they had a program record hung on them. That can't feel good. Did you guys see
somebody?
Did you see, Cody, that maybe after all these years, Tennessee might finally have their good luck charm? Have you seen?
I'm not.
Have you seen?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, we had to deal with Sister Jean all those years ago, but now we got Abuela. You see her? Joey Aguilar's grandmother in the crowd crying.
I saw Mom in the stands.
Mom was in the stands, but she brought her grandma, or she brought her mom. Grandma was in there and like just crying such tears of joy as the crowd was chanting for her grandson. She's just like overcome with emotion, just like shedding tears. And
oh, that's sweet.
Everyone on the internet, like, you know, is falling in love with her, and I feel like maybe we finally got her good luck charm.
I haven't seen Abuela yet, but
and then the next day, yesterday, the mom, Lydia, you know, they were at the airport at 6 a.m. flying back out. So, of course, she saw the love and was doing a TikTok with the grandma trying to teach her how to sing Rocky Top. And, you know, this really, you know, just this old, sweet Hispanic grandmother trying to, you know, deal with A, now having fans, but B, trying to learn Rocky Top. And it was pretty wholesome. And you're like, oh, this is good.
That is sweet.
And look, I don't want to pile on Nico. I think that kid's going to have it tough enough this year. And I think over the next couple of years, as they realize what they've done, you know, burning all of his NFL future on fire. But I can't help but point out, and you can't help but feel good. Now, look, does being 2-0 and scoring 72 points help? Yes. But also just like seeing their family, the mom, the grandma, I believe the dad on Twitter, I've seen him posting, like, to see the way they have embraced being embraced and the way that, like, you know, they're crying at the opportunity and they realize how special of an opportunity Joey Aguilar has being the quarterback at Tennessee. Can't help but, you know, juxtapose that to the way the Iamaleavas carried themselves the last couple of years. Like we were lucky that their whole family had decided to give us time and take our $2 million.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Can't help but feel like, hey, like, not only did Tennessee win the trade from a football production standpoint, but like you won the trade in the people department too. And I think that's even more important sometimes inside a culture, inside of a locker room.
What a blessing for Joey to not have to be quarterbacking that god-awful UCLA team.
Yeah. A lifeless stadium, you know, a fan base that doesn't really care. I mean, like, I know he got $1.2 million to come play here. So, like, you know, he's being compensated for it handsomely. And look, I think a quarterback at the college level should be, you know, making life-changing money. It's a life-changing job with life-changing responsibilities. But you have to feel like you hit the actual lottery. Not only to get the check, but, like, just from a football standpoint, to be in front of 100,000 people to play ETSU. And then, of course, the buildup that's coming this week. UCLA football has never had what's coming, you know, over the next 6 days.
UCLA football has never had an environment like we had Saturday against ETSU.
Right.
I mean, they don't.
Right.
They're irrelevant.
Yeah, much less what's coming, you know, on Saturday. So, like,
yeah. Well, like you said, vibes are good when you're 2-0 and you score 72 points. Let's see what happens this week. I hope Abuela's still there and she's the good luck charm.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll make her fly back across the country for it or not. They might be like, "Hey, you got your taste, but we can't."
She got to come to the Georgia game, or maybe she doesn't want to do that. I don't know.
Had Kevin Hart on the sidelines, which was pretty cool.
That was wild.
He was like, "What the hell is going on here?" It was like Tennessee just signed with Adidas, so it's not like a Fabletics thing. I wouldn't think, because I know Kevin Hart is co-owner or at least investor of Fabletics, and you know they just signed Jamar Chase. Like, is he going to try to do something with us? Nope. He's just got a son that is really fast, apparently, on a track visit. And then you saw the son, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that looks like Kevin Hart, except like 8 inches taller, 5 inches taller, and A lot stronger. Okay. But yeah, nothing else on ETSU. It's cheesy, but like it is nice to have the Aguilars around. Like it is nice to have a quarterback that does feel thankful for the opportunity. That does feel motivated to go out there and be better and like I said, just I think wants to be in Knoxville and loves the love. And he can win on Saturday against Georgia. You know, he might already stamp legend status, just in 3 games if he's able to do that on Saturday. We'll dive into Georgia coming up after the break. It's Talk Sports right here on FanRun Radio.
Can't get enough FanRun Radio? Download the free FanRun app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronaknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronaknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Hi, I'm Bo Cregner with the Cregner Group at Realty Executives. You know, the real estate market, like all other markets impacted by the economy, is changing all the time. And it's never been more important to be personally represented by a trusted real estate specialist. I can't emphasize enough how important it is when selling or buying to be individually represented. Call me today for a free consultation. My number is 865-742-1035, and my website is bonowshouses.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer and drink it responsibly. Shout out to them for their support. Our boys over at Cherokee. Appreciate you, fellas. Drink White Claw. Get ready. For this week, I want you to drink it nothing but water. For this week, Sam, Bubba, Cody, nothing but water. You can have your coffee and water, but stay hydrated because Saturday is going to be a long day. Saturday is going to be a long day.
Boy, is it. A gallon of water a day. That's the goal.
Keeps the Bulldogs away.
A gallon a day keeps the Bulldogs away.
Caleb writes in over on the chats, over on YouTube. Go subscribe, like, comments, FanRun TV. Bad weekend for the cowards that assumed Alabama and Florida were L's.
Yeah.
Georgia, I feel like you could put in that same boat. Not that they have shown that they stink or anything like that. It's like, of course, they haven't had as bad of a start to the season as Alabama and Florida, but I do think those two teams on your schedule look a little bit easier. And Georgia, as evidenced by the spread falling, 3 points basically over a day, I think it does say that really, I mean, what it boils down to is just that everything is right in front of you. You know what I mean? It just shows that right now, everything that you want, a dream season, a driver's seat position in terms of getting to the playoff or getting to the SEC championship, it is right here in front of you. And your first big challenge is on Saturday, and you get it at home, and you get it early. Would you rather be going to the Swamp this weekend, Cody, or hosting Georgia? Because, I mean, of course, those flip-flopped on your schedule.
It's a tricky question. I think I will go with hosting Georgia, though, just because I do believe that this is the best chance you've had to beat Georgia, probably in the Heupel era.
I mean, with a point spread, if you're just judging by the point spread, it 100% is.
And I think it's better to get them right now, where you've got Gunnar Stockton coming in, who's never been in an environment like this. You let him get a whole season under his belt, they start to figure some things out. Kirby's teams always get better throughout the year. I'd rather take my chances now with Georgia. Now, that is tough to say, though, given what we just saw in the Swamp. I see where you're at there with the prompt. I mean, because I feel like if we went to the Swamp tomorrow, we'd win. But, I'll take my chances here on getting Georgia early and Florida falling apart. I think I like this setup better.
Sam, do you concur?
Yeah, I'd take Georgia 100%. I do just think, like Cody said, Kirby and Georgia are a team that I feel like are always getting better week by week, and it's still a team that is replacing a lot of talent that they lost to the draft last year, and still kind of working through some of the things offensively, getting some new pass catchers and everything like that. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like this is the most vulnerable that you're going to find Georgia all season long, and you don't really – I guess I should use that term lightly because I don't think Georgia's really ever all that vulnerable. But when you get them in week 3, I think this is pretty much your best chance to get them all season.
Right now, they don't have a lot of faith in Gunnar Stockton if you just look at their fan base, like on the message boards, which, take with a grain of salt. But there's just a lot of talk about him and my boy Jesse Simonton. Go like and subscribe. Slow Mesh. We talk SEC football once a week. He was calling him Check Down Charlie and just said, hey, like Stockton is playing that really ultra conservative football where he's scared to make a mistake. And to me, that's obviously a good recipe for Tennessee if he comes into Neyland Stadium, especially if Tennessee's offense can put points on the board. Him coming in super conservative, afraid to make mistakes. I think that's when you get swallowed alive, on the road. And that's what he's shown through 2 games at home against overmatched opponents. Now there's going to be some actual pressure. Do we get the same Gunnar Stockton? Because if we do, then I completely understand why the money, the betting has came in on Tennessee early, and you feel good about your chances on Saturday.
Gunnar Stockton has absolutely no idea what he's walking into. I mean, he's going to walk into what will be arguably the loudest crowd in Neyland Stadium history. Now, we don't know that for a fact yet. We don't know how high that decibel meter will get, but it's going to be pretty damn loud. It's the premier home game of the season. I mean, everybody's in town. Like, it's going to be up there with the big ones you think of. 2015 Oklahoma, 22 Alabama, 2016 Florida, all those loud, crazy crowds we've had in the past. It'll be one of those type of games. So he's never seen anything like that. Now, do they have some sort of 5-star freshman they can throw in there if things don't go well for him?
I'm sure they got somebody that they can easily unveil, but I don't think it'd be something they did in game 3 of the season, game 1 of the SEC, which maybe plays into your point of getting them now versus down the line.
Gunnar Stockton is not someone I'm scared of. It's their traditional ability to run the ball, their offensive line. I want to see how we hold up in the trenches, because that's where Georgia tends to beat us, is in the trenches. And you look at us right now on the defensive side of the ball, having lost the guys from last, Omari Thomas, Omar Norman Lott, Elijah Simmons, those big hosses in the middle. I want to see how we look right there, and I'm glad Rodney Garner is the guy in charge of figuring that out, but that's my biggest concern right now. It's not Gunnar Stockton. So,
well, the streets were talking about how Georgia was struggling to run block. They didn't really push Austin Peay off the ball too much. Only less than 5 yards a carry, fewer than 5 yards a carry. Like they were at 4.8. Now that was with 3. I don't know if they were quarterback kneel downs or what. But they had 3 guys with 1 carry, -1 yard. So maybe that hurt their average a little bit. But either way, it wasn't like they just completely overwhelmed Austin Peay. And, the week before, they didn't really do that against Marshall either.
Well, they had a weird rain delay against Austin Peay.
Yeah.
So, maybe if I'm a Georgia fan, I'm chalking some of that up to we just could never get in a rhythm, and guys had to go back to the locker room. And that's what I'm telling myself as a Georgia fan.
Against Marshall, like the most effective runner was Stockton, and that the running backs weren't anything special. Against Austin Peay, Stockton ran 5 times for 13 yards. So it wasn't like he was out there running around making big Stetson Bennett type plays for against Austin Peay.
What's your biggest concern matchup-wise as we sit here on Monday, just off the top of your head?
Just schematics. I feel like we've been out-talented, but I also feel like we've been out-coached every time we've gone up against this matchup.
Yeah. Kirby's second half adjustments.
Mike Bobo putting Tim Banks in a blender with motion, opening up the middle of the field. I still have a little PTSD from that in Georgia last year.
Couldn't get any pass rush last year either.
Couldn't really get a pass rush, and when you did, you'd have a penalty that negated it. Like Tennessee played sloppy, which, look, that's what you're going to do on the road. You're going to play sloppy on the road, which is why I'm finally thankful that Tennessee gets this matchup at home when they have a legitimate puncher's chance to win, or better than a puncher's chance. They have a legitimate chance just to line up and outplay them. And, would they win at Georgia this year? No, probably not. But guess what? We ain't playing in Georgia. We're playing in Neyland Stadium, and you hope that your team is 10% better at home, and you hope that their team's 10% worse, and then you should win that game if that's the case.
Well, it is the best team that we will have put up against them in Neyland Stadium.
100%.
Because 2023, Joe Milton wasn't it, and 2021, that's Josh Heupel's first year. So,
yep.
This is your best chance.
This team is more talented. This team seems to be meshed better. And what I mean by that, of course, is just that they seem to be in a better rhythm. Aguilar seems to have a better grasp on the offense than Milton did. So, you got a couple things in your favor. And that's all we've asked for is just, hey, bring these guys. We ain't beat them in a while. That win streak is at what, 8?
Yeah.
2017 to 2024.
Every year since 16.
Yeah. That win streak's at 8, but now you feel like you finally got them. Maybe not where you want them, but you got them to where you have a chance, and you're getting them where you want them. And that's in Knoxville. That's the only team that's been able to come in and beat you the last 3 years. You can kind of right that wrong and completely change the narrative around your program if you're able to finally slay Georgia.
That's all you can hope for is to have a real chance. I think you got the better quarterback in the game, and you've got the home crowd. And I do believe in the Neyland effect. They've got the better coach. It's going to be a fight, but I do like what we're coming in with.
I know that Joey, you don't have an away crowd working against you, but is there any concern about like that being Joey's first big game atmosphere as well? Just like Gunner Stockton.
100%. I was about to say, like, my second biggest concern is that the Joey Aguilar hype goes to Joey Aguilar's head. And I don't even mean that in a bad way, but just like, hey, I'm making all these throws. My receivers are down there. Bleep it. Because, like, you maybe don't need Swagalar. You maybe don't need Joey to come in gunslinging Joey. You might not need them to beat Georgia this year. You might be able to beat Georgia. And look, this might be feeding into exactly what Kirby Smart wants. But you might be able to beat Georgia this year like you beat Alabama last year. Like kind of low scoring, just feed off the crowd, play great defense.
Try not to get shut out in the first half.
Yeah, try not to get shut out in the first half, but like stay close, and then eventually you'll make some plays. Like that was kind of the game plan last year. Now look, if Nico hit a couple of those deep balls, maybe it's a different story, and maybe Joey hits those deep balls, and you're able to kind of do some things offensively that get you the win. But like I definitely think, Sam, that my second biggest concern is him trying to have his Heisman moment. We don't know how he's going to respond in this situation. Against, while he was at App State, he had one moment against North Carolina in his first year, which was kind of maybe a showcase game, and he performed pretty well in that one.
Well, I mean, we haven't seen Joey against this type of opponent either. Like,
right.
There's going to be adversity. There's going to be a time where you're down, probably, most likely on the scoreboard. Like, you're not going to come in here and cruise like you could against Syracuse and ETSU. Like, it's as great as things went those first 2 weeks, it's a different level now. And this is his first SEC opponent. So,
and honestly, he didn't play that great against North Carolina. I think he just got really hot in the fourth quarter. And they had that big comeback, but I mean his numbers weren't even very good against North Carolina in that second game we're talking about. So yeah, like 100%, I think you have to worry about what he does in this moment. Now I will say I have a little bit more confidence in the wide receivers now, for sure. Like him and Chris Brazzell, they're on the same page. Brazzell just needs to catch the ball. Mike Matthews just needs to catch the ball. They did most of that on. They did that mostly on Saturday.
Do we have any drops from our starting wide receivers in that game? I can't really remember.
I know we had 3 drops people were talking about, but I don't know who they were on. Like I said, I didn't go back and do a deep dive on ETSU just because I don't think it's fair to anybody to do that.
I do recall seeing some drops, but I don't remember who they were either.
I think it would lie on some of our players because they're not going to be quite as good as they look against this team, and then the ones that maybe didn't perform well, it's going to be kind of unfair to them because, hey, it's a 40-point game. Of course, you're not going to be as sharp. But Kirby Smart and Bobo against Tim Banks, that's my biggest concern. You just haven't beaten them. And as Cody has pointed out all offseason, you haven't even really came close. You haven't kept it within one score.
They've got a couple of playmakers at receiver, better than they did last year too, although that didn't really show as much in the Austin Peay game. But Zachariah Branch, I mean, he's a talent. He's a 5-star out of USC. Do you start David Sanders in this game?
Hell, I don't know if David Sanders is real. I don't know if he's actually a football player. I ain't
you
seen
on
him
the
play.
J.J. Peterson train?
I ain't seen him play football, man. Like that's disheartening. Him not being out there, because I think those reps would have been valuable to him. Do you mess with the offensive line? I mean, at some point you have to, because then, like, if Tennessee does beat Georgia, then you're like, well, do we mess up a good thing? We're undefeated. Then the next thing you know, the most expensive player in the team hasn't even damn played all year or halfway through the year. I think if he's healthy and he was good enough to be your starter, for Syracuse, at least on paper, the way they announced it, I think you put him in there. But that right side of the line with Jesse Perry's looking pretty good, man.
That's a really tough ask, too. I know he's super talented, but your first reps in college football are against Georgia. I'm of the belief you kind of roll with what you got right now, and you work David Sanders in against UAB, unless you need him in this game. Like if you get through a couple of drives and it's evident that you're not holding up, maybe you work him in, but I think you roll with what you got right now.
I think you go with your best 5. So, like, ultimately, I think if he's healthy, you go with your best 5. And I don't think what we've done in 2 weeks should unseat everything from from January on. He's in here working, he's getting rave reviews, he's in line to start as a true freshman. I don't think you unseat that just after beating up ETSU and beating Syracuse. I think you put him in and you put Perry back at guard and you roll with that.
I think that continuity is important, though. I would almost rather work him in against UAB and get him going then. But
it's not Perry at tackle that I'm worried about. It's just your interior on the other side after the switch with Sham. Like I'd worry about him holding up.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just have the 5 in there that I trust the most. And maybe that's changed. Maybe Heupel and the coaches look around and say, "Hey, we trust this 5 more. We've seen it play in college football, and we've had some pretty good success." Maybe that's the key. I don't know. I would just like to see him on the field. That was a little disheartening seeing him get ruled out again. That Sam would probably be my third biggest concern. You aren't going to have 2 of your best players on paper, if he misses again or he doesn't start with him being out. And, at this point, it doesn't seem like you're getting Jahmad McCoy back. Like both of those are both, top players on your team from a talent standpoint, both probably first-round picks. I guess I don't know if I can call David Sanders probably a first-round pick to have seen him play college football, but he's got first-round expectations. That's some real blue-chip top-end talent. That stinks, having both those guys out. Although there are rumors going around that Georgia might be without their starting right guard. Apparently they've got an issue on the offensive line as well.
Juan Gaston.
Georgia starting guard, Sam.
Tate Ratledge ain't coming to save you.
He didn't save the Lions either yesterday. The Lions got whipped. I said I reserved the right to change my Super Bowl pick, and I am changing my Super Bowl pick. I am not in.
This stat?
I am not in on the Lions.
Jared Goff has had 5 different play callers in his career under the 3 not named Sean McVay and Ben Johnson. He's 0-19-1.
Yep. I'm out on the Lions. I'm out on the Lions. I reserved the right to do that, and I'm out. I'm out. Hour 1 of the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. We'll get to your comments. We'll talk some NFL. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on FanRun Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. FanRun Radio.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Tired of waiting for the weekend or good weather to play around? From casual to committed, Back 9 Golf has got you covered. Open to the public and offering flexible membership opportunities, they offer 24/7 access to 5 different simulators, providing cutting-edge technology, instant swing feedback, fun mini-games, and a wide variety of courses to choose from. Perfect for that solo round you want after work, or swing by with food and drinks for an afternoon with friends and family. No stressful tee times, no rain delays. It's Back 9 Golf your way. Book your tee time now at theback9golf.com.
Dental health is so important. It's one of those things that if you don't stay on top of it, it can really come back to haunt you, both financially and, of course, in terms of your physical health. If it's been a while since you've been to the dentist or you've got a dental issue that needs attention, do what I do. Go to Malone and Costa Dentistry at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule your appointment online right now at knoxvillesmiles.com or just give them a call at 865-539-1776 and tell them FanRun Radio sent you.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, FANRUN Radio.
Whether you are buying or selling a home or even looking for some land to build on and start a family, be sure to give Reed Emerson with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Heritage Group a shout. He is a longtime listener and supporter of FANRUN and has been serving the Mid-State for many years. Reed prides himself on his hassle-free and honest approach, and that's because he's not just chasing another commission. He wants what is best for his clients. Give Reed Emerson a call or text him today to get the process started. His number is 931-492-0418, or you can find him online at bhgheritagegroup.com.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
History 2. NASA launched the Interface Region Imaging Spectrograph in 2013 to study what?
You're listening to Talk Sports.
NASA launched
the Interface Region Imaging Spectrograph
to study what?
To study what?
Mars.
The sun would
Damn
be the
it.
answer.
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
All right, give me science for 3.
What does the Beaufort scale measure?
The Beaufort scale?
I guess it's pretty
Beaufort's.
Density.
When? Oh, God in heaven. It's wind speed.
Okay.
on 1340 WKGN.
This is like Penn State and Iowa in 2006.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Let's hit some Hour 2 news. What you got, Cody Mack?
Thank you, John. A UCLA quarterback has been arrested, but it wasn't Nico. The backup Pierce Clarkson was arrested on an unspecified felony charge Friday, according to the L.A. County Sheriff's Department. Suspended from the team indefinitely, pending the outcome of the legal process, UCLA said in a statement. So now Nico ain't even got a backup if he goes down.
The Madden Iamaliava time.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see Madden come in and just ball out.
Yeah, it'd be pretty funny.
How great would that be?
But then Big Nick wins.
I can't help but look at Nico as a villain. I just can't help it. Because I know a lot of people say, hey, it's not Nico's fault. It's his dad's fault. he had his dad in his ear the whole time. He gets bad advice. He has to do what dad wants to do and all this stuff. But I can't help it. I don't like Nico. When I see him, I feel negative energy. I don't like him. And maybe that's unfair. Do you think that's unfair?
No, I don't. I didn't watch any of the UNLV game though. Like I watched a lot of the game against Utah. I didn't waste any time on the UNLV game. I saw the ending. I saw the interception he threw at the end of the game. I saw his stats, but I didn't waste any time watching it.
I did watch because it was part of a parlay I had where I took the UNLV money line.
Nice. Did you win the parlay?
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
I had a nice weekend gambling, real nice.
Good
I was
deal.
right on almost. I won't say everything because, like, obviously, I like to do these little parlays, and like some of those are going to miss, but I hit 2 of them. Like, I mean, for my standards, like I'm betting much lower figures than some people, but I mean, I profited well over $100.
Let's go.
Like it was a pretty good weekend. And last night, Josh Allen winning that game.
Yeah.
That set me. I hit like 2 extra things because of that. Like that was sweet for me.
I was worried about you being able to. Don't take this the wrong way. I was worried about you being able to afford all the stuff for the tailgate on Saturday, but now that I know that you've came into some extra money, that's nice.
Well, especially after all the bad gambling advice you gave me, I gotta stop listening to you for sure.
What I say that was wrong.
You had me. I asked you Friday. I was like, "What do you think about the Chargers covering?"
Yeah.
You're like, "Nah, Chiefs statement game." I was like, "All right." You had me on Ole Miss. That was an L.
I won't.
You had me on the damn Dolphins.
Well, hold on. The Dolphins thing, yeah. Well, I was just asking questions last week about whether or not they were terrible, and they truly are god-awful. So I don't think their defense – well, their defense got shredded.
I won't blame you for the Dolphins, but I do blame you for Ole Miss and the Chiefs because I wanted the Chargers.
My Mike McDaniel fired by midseason take is aging beautifully right now.
Yeah, I don't think it makes it to midseason. But Lane Kiffin apologized for what happened.
I saw that.
I knew him and the Money Monster were friends. Like he owed his friend an apology. But
is that legal for him to do?
I don't know if it's. I mean, like 10 years ago, somebody's like, "This will get you a lifetime ban if you reference gambling like this 10 years ago." Now we just kind of laugh about it, but like, it really did seem crazy that he called a timeout. Kentucky was pretty much going to run out of time. They were not thinking field goal. They were down 10. There was 13 seconds left. They were lining up to snap it. Unless they would have scored a touchdown, they pretty much would have been cooked. Instead, Lane Kiffin calls a timeout right before the snap, to which Stoops realizes, oh, wait, we're down 2 scores. We better try to get a score here to at least give ourselves a chance. NFL coaches do that all the time. College coaches don't. College coaches pretty much just go down trying to throw into the end zone down 10. But Kiffin called timeout, and everyone got in Stoops' ear, so he realized he should kick a field goal to go from down 10 to down 7, a.k.a. to cover, and that was tough. But yeah, I got pretty lucky last night. Well, I noticed you suspiciously left off the Las Vegas Raiders pick. I was telling you about the Raiders going into New England and winning.
I didn't.
I noticed you left that off. Somehow I get blamed for the Dolphins, which I didn't say, but don't get any credit
Well,
for
that one,
the Raiders dominating Mike Vrabel.
I didn't have that one in my parlay. I thought that could go either way.
Well, yeah, but the Dolphins would somehow get blamed for that just for asking the question, are we sure
33-8?
Well, yeah, I didn't say to take the Dolphins. I said to take the Raiders, and the Raiders won. They dominated them in the second half. Notice that one didn't get mentioned, but I did get pretty lucky. I had a nice same-game parlay that, for the most part, seemed close, but I was like, man, for some reason I had DeAndre Hopkins 25 yards. And I was like, has he even played? I was like, I haven't seen him on the damn field. So it's like, maybe they'll avoid this if he doesn't get in. Then next thing I know, he catches that one-handed, like, all-time great catch for a touchdown. And then I'm like, wow, now I need a Josh Allen touchdown and 8 more Khalil Shakir yards. And next thing I know, the Bills get down the goal line. Boom, Josh Allen gets stopped on a sneak. And I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. How is he so bad at the tush push? How is he so bad at the quarterback sneak? But then second down, play action, rollout, touchdown. I'm like, oh, baby, now I just need 8 Khalil Shakir yards. And then the Ravens they don't get stopped. They score a touchdown in like a minute. So then I'm like, there's 11 minutes left in the game. I need 8 yards. Very next drive, boom, Khalil Shakir catches the first pass. I'm like, go. And he gets tackled after 6 yards. So now he has 58. He needs 60. And I'm sitting there watching every play. and they just never throw him the ball again. And then the drive goes by. Josh Allen gets stopped because he slides short. I don't understand how they won that game after he slid short on that one play.
I had Josh Allen rushing yards too, over 25. So
he slid short. Then they end up having to punt. You're like, oh, they're cooked. I was like, I'm not getting the ball back. Khalil Shakir's not going to get it. Then they did have an open pass for him that gets batted down at the line. I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to lose this by 2 yards. But then somehow the Ravens just kept giving them the ball back. They just kept getting stopped and giving the ball back. And then he catches a pass at the beginning of the last drive, and we hit the win. Shout out to Josh Allen. Shout out to the boys.
I had a nice
and not to jinx it. Sorry, not to jinx it. But I think I'm going to go 6-0 in fantasy this week.
Oh wow,
6-0.
That's good.
I said it was a statement year for me.
6 leagues is wild.
6 leagues is wild, but I'm looking like 6-0, assuming that Brett doesn't somehow snake me in the station league. He got 60 points from Henry and Lamar Jackson. I'm up 2. He's got the Bears defense. I got Justin Jefferson. So, assuming nothing just really stupid happens tonight, and J.J. McCarthy's not Nathan Peterman level bad, should go 6-0. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
My 3 fantasy leagues, my matchups were all decided before Sunday night football kicked off, and they were all 3 losses.
Yeah.
I might be having a bad fantasy year. I don't want to, jump the gun too quick, but
I think yesterday was like a bad fantasy day just all around. I saw a couple tweets about how it was like historic, nobody scoring 30 plus or something.
Unless you had the Bills and Ravens. If you had Allen, if you had Cook, if you had Lamar and Henry, and Zay. He actually played pretty good.
I know.
He stole that Donkey's targets.
Zay Flowers, if you had any of those guys, even Keon Coleman had a nice game. If you had any of those guys, maybe you got saved.
Igbuka had a nice game on my bench in 2 leagues. He was doing great.
You owe William a thank you, or else you'd have been dead last this week. Lowest score, but
what happened? He
scored like 75.
Yeah. My guys just they just didn't perform. They'll get there.
Any other headlines?
They'll figure it out. Yeah, we haven't even really done any. But I was going to tell you that parlay I got. It was Henry touchdown,
nice.
Allen touchdown,
nice.
Bills money line. So that fourth quarter was like heroin. It hit the spot when that hit. But I started with $50, and now I have $191.
Let's go
in my account.
That's good. That should buy some good snacks for everybody on Saturday. That'll be great.
Good profit so far. Well, Lamar Jackson shoved a fan last night. Did you see this during the game?
I thought it was deserved because the fan kind of stiff-armed DeAndre Hopkins right in the head. It was a very weird head tap, and Lamar came up and just really gave him a good shove.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it either. I thought that fan shouldn't have been acting the way he was. But Lamar did shove the fan in the loss, and he said he slapped me, and he was talking, so I just forgot where I was for a little bit. You have to think in those situations, you have security out there, let them handle it, but I just let my emotions get the best of me. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Sometimes you got to hit a fan. You got to hit a fan sometimes. There was a time where I don't know if you ever see the clip of a fan rushing the stage during the Stones Hampton, Virginia concert in 1981, and Keith Richards hit that fan with his guitar because he was going for Mick Jagger. Sometimes you got to hit a fan.
Sure.
They act at a line.
I think you're in the line of fire if you're in those first couple rows. If you do some boneheaded stuff, I think you deserve for those players to retaliate.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes you got to hit a fan. Well, the Giants, Brian Daboll, doesn't commit to Russell Wilson as the Giants' Week 2 starter. We're going to get home and look at our game, he said yesterday when he was asked if he would consider starting Jackson Dart next week. They lost 21-6 to the Commanders to open the season. Russell Wilson, not impressive in the game, as the 6 points on the scoreboard might indicate.
Next headline, please.
Titans unable to capitalize on chances in Cam Ward debut.
Next headline, please.
People are coming at Jeffrey Simmons for his undisciplined action. Who would have thought the guy that beat up a woman in college would be a little too aggressive?
Defended his family, protected his sister.
Turns out that aggression has happened on the gridiron as
It
well.
was one of those that I'm watching as it's happening. And I'm like, he's going to do this. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then he does it. And then like, don't throw the flag. Yep, there's a flag. I didn't have a problem with the flag. I saw some people really mad about it, saying it was a terrible flag. I thought it was a really dumb play, and I thought the ref should have threw the flag. Sucked that they threw the flag, but somehow, inexplicably, the Broncos gave them the ball back. That fourth down play, they were just laughing. Sean Payton was clowning the Titans. Like, he's like, this team cannot score on us, so I don't care. Now, if Bo Nix would have thrown it to the left side of the field, it would have been a walk-in touchdown and one of the all-time bad beats if you had the Titans plus 8.5. But instead, he decides to throw just a high fly ball to the right side. I don't know what the hell he was doing. Bo Nix did not look good.
He sucked.
Bo Nix looked pretty bad in game one, which gives me a little hope that the Titans defense at least has a pulse this year. I'm not going to freak out about the Titans after that first game because, like we said, that's about the worst place they could have played against that defense, you know, especially whenever the refs. I'm not complaining about refs got that much, but it did feel like on one drive they missed 3 straight defensive pass interferences. But like Brian Callahan inexplicably not knowing the rules of what a catch is, that's a fireable offense. I think Brian Callahan had 2 of the worst mistakes I've seen a head coach have, and he had them in the same game. What he did at the end of the first half yesterday, they should have fired him at halftime. He was conservative. Were you watching? Did you see this?
Yeah.
He was super conservative the entire first half. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Great defense, you know, young quarterback, whatever. But then we get the ball at the 8-yard line with 50 seconds left or a minute left. They have 2 timeouts. You could have ran the ball 3 times. They wouldn't have had time. The half would have been over. Instead, he decides to throw the ball 3 straight times. 3 straight times from the 8-yard line as if we were going to go get a field goal. And we go 3 and out. We almost give up a safety. They call 1 timeout. They get the ball back with like 38 seconds left in a timeout. Go right down the field and score a touchdown. So instead of being up 3 at half, they have a 1-point lead because we did get lucky and get a field goal on the back end of that. But like, it was coaching malpractice. It's maybe literally the dumbest thing I've seen an NFL coach do in the last like 5 years. And then he somehow went even above that after the game by saying he didn't know what the rules were when it comes to whether or not to challenge a catch. Like
that's a good sign.
He's a Nepo baby. And he's a moron. And, you know, I tried to be pretty patient with him last year just because I thought Will Levis was so bad and the offensive line was so bad that it's hard to judge most of the stuff. But, man, like, when you go 2-15 against the spread as a head coach, that's a pretty bad sign. Not so much just losing those games, but you couldn't even cover any of those games. You went 2-15 against the spread. He sucks, and that sucks. It's a terrible feeling having a coach that you know is a moron, especially on a team that's not talented enough to overcome it. He's never going to coach you to any wins. So this is going to be a wasted season, and then you're going to have to fire him and then hire a new guy to coach Cam Ward in year 2. And at that point, you're off to a bad start when it comes to developing your franchise guy. So vibes are pretty low over here in Titans land. Vibes are pretty low. Thanks for the headline. You got anything else?
Sounds like you're out on your team after week 1.
It feels like a hopeless endeavor. Sam, you got anything you want to add about the Titans?
It's a tough one to kind of face when you feel like you saw so many flashes of like a really talented young quarterback that can be the face of a team, but just knowing that he's going to get held back for the rest of the season because of coaching and a group pass catching wise, that unless just something happens overnight that they're able to catch the football. But yeah, I mean, it is kind of a helpless feeling knowing that you saw a lot of potential flash onto the field, but it's just not going to really come to fruition at any point with coaching like that or offensive line play or wide receivers like that.
I thought it was inexplicable too at 13-12 when you get the turnover and then that offensive line gave up 2 sacks. And I mean, Cam Ward was just running for his life. And I mean, you get no points out of that. Titans should have at least taken the lead right there.
Yeah, I'm not going to be too mad at Cam Ward there because, first start, but there's a different level of pass rush.
Well, his O-line sucks. I mean, or they did when I was watching.
Dan Moore got whipped. So that he's going up against one of the best pass rushers in the league.
Dan Moore sucks and your right tackle goes out with an injury.
Yeah, what happened to Latham?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hip, they said, I think.
I was going to say he was the problem on that sack, number 72.
Yeah,
right tackle.
The announcer's just like, J.C. Latham out of the game. You got a backup right tackle. Boom, sack. You're like, yep, that's perfect.
Yeah, no good.
No, but like the Broncos defense might be the best in the league.
It is.
And like I said, it did feel like they were letting those cornerbacks be really, really, really aggressive. And
the most frustrating part to me is that like you were the worst team in the league last year, penalty wise, and
that was
all the
worse.
talk off season was about how you're going to clean up those mistakes, and it was mental mistakes that killed you last year. And you were so close to winning games, you just didn't do enough to execute down the stretch, and it got worse yesterday.
Well, hey, at least the Jags and Colts won.
I'm not really worried about either one of them just yet. Week one, if you go back and look at what happened week 1 last year, one of the craziest things is like early in the season, I think it was week 3. This is what I'm going to keep telling myself you got to remember this. Week 3 of last year, the Saints were 3-point favorites over the Eagles.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah, because if you remember, the Saints came out and beat the absolute hell out of the Cowboys in week 2.
Yeah, I remember I had them in my MySpace top 8, I think.
They killed the Panthers in week 1, then killed the Cowboys in week 2, and everyone's like, oh, my God, the Saints.
Yeah.
This new offense. Wow, Gary Kubiak's son, he's a genius. Wow. And then they, were god-awful. So don't overreact to week 1. Don't overreact even after 2 weeks. I think Jamar Chase,
he screwed me out of a lot of money yesterday.
Jamar Chase did?
I had a lot of touchdown parlays that had just Jamar Chase left to hit, and then it would have made me a very happy man.
I don't know what was wrong with me this week. I don't usually make this mistake, but as I was going through and putting in bets, I clicked the wrong thing twice. And
I did that too.
I swear I didn't do this. But like one time I caught myself do it. Like when I checked the slip, I went back and then I swore I changed it. But I had one parlay that almost would have hit, and I would have lost my mind actually I would have won this one because I had Ole Miss minus 8.5, but it gave me Kentucky 8.5. And then I was doing a touchdown parlay, and it had Jamar Chase instead of Chase Brown. And I swear I clicked Chase Brown, and he scored a touchdown on the first drive. And then I looked. The rest of them didn't hit, so it didn't matter. But I was like, I swear I don't make this mistake. But that would have been really electric if that Kentucky field goal would have won.
Yeah.
The problem was I had Kennesaw State plus 35.5.
Hooty-hoo.
Which, I don't know if you guys watched that game. Did any of you guys watch any of the Kennesaw State?
Must have missed that one.
They were only down 19 in the late in the third quarter, getting 35.5, and they hit a big pass to get down to the 25. And I was like, here we go. And as the guy's tackling him, just like Little League, he just stole the ball from him.
Yeah, nice.
Just stole it from him, and then Indiana scored the next play, and then they got an interception, scored the next play. Then Kennesaw State pretty much just waved the white flag, and Indiana kept scoring, and we lost by 50. But it was very close to being a 12-point game at the end of the third quarter. And we ended up losing by 50, and that was a bad loss. That was a bad loss.
I did the same thing you did, where I clicked on the wrong thing. I had a parlay I had the Niners, Rams, and somebody else winning, but then somehow or another I put in Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen each to have 25 rushing yards. I was like, how the hell did that get in there? And then everything hit.
Then it hit.
I was like, oh, cool. Beautiful.
But yeah, Jamar Chase last year through 2 weeks, he had 10 catches for 97 yards and no touchdowns. He ended the season winning the Triple Crown with 127 catches, 1,700 yards, and 17 touchdowns.
He sold for me this week.
He did, but I'm just saying.
The Triple Crown?
Yeah, he won the Triple Crown. He had the most catches, yards, and touchdowns last year.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
In the NFL?
It doesn't happen often, but yeah, he won the wide receiver Triple Crown. So
I never heard of that.
And yeah, he had 10 catches for 97 yards and no touchdowns through 2 weeks last year. So don't freak out just yet. All right, go back to headlines. We ran a little long. Sam, send us a break. Let's talk sports on FanRun Radio.
Streaming worldwide at FanRunRadio.com and on the free FanRun app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation, FanRun Radio. Knoxville.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit BlackfordVetSurgery.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Look out, East Tennessee. It's The Chase, right here on FANRUN Radio and Fox Sports Knoxville. Join me, Tennessee sports renaissance man Chase Thomas, and the biggest rising stars in Tennessee sports media like Ryan Shumpert, Ethan Stone, Ryan Sylvia, Caleb Jarreau, William Pattison, and so many more folks every weekday from 1 to 3 p.m. on WKGN's newest show, where we talk all things Tennessee Vols and always take your calls.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
I kind of think we might get Tremel Tillman as the celebrity guest picker.
Okay. I don't know who that is. Is he related to Cedric?
He is not. He is not, but he is a pretty popular actor right now. And I think if they bring him out, I think it'd be really cool if they brought him out and they let him do the marching band entrance.
Yeah.
Like he did in Severance, like, you know, having the marching band and lead and dance around like that. That would be the best for TV if he really got into it and they came up with that idea.
I don't think anyone knows who that is.
I think you're wrong.
I don't think I am wrong when you consider your average Vol fan. I mean, you guys know who he is. I mean, but
I feel like you said the same thing about Bianca Belair and then it ended up being Bianca Belair.
I just don't think well, I'm not saying it won't be him. I'm just saying
you said people didn't know who Bianca Belair was either. And then she got it.
Well, I don't think the average fan did, but
I think now the average fan's always such a weird thing because like I'm like, does my mom know who it is? But like, I would say that the people that are watching Game Day, those people, I would say more than not know who he is. I mean, he was in Mission Impossible, the new Mission Impossible. That was a big movie. Severance is the biggest TV show going right now. I'd say both of those. I think if you're in the biggest movie and the biggest TV show in the same year, the most people know who you are.
What's the guy's name?
Tremel Tillman.
He's what role on the show? I know it's a big TV show.
I mean, he plays a big role in the show.
Like top 5 role in the show?
Yeah.
So one of the he's
top 5. Yeah, I mean, I think he's 5th or 6th. But I mean, he's a main. I don't know if I was ranking them. I mean, I feel like he's probably like 6. But like, it's a big role in the show.
He's a VFL.
He's a VFL.
No, Cody, we're just bringing a random character from Severance.
Well, hell, I don't know, Sam. Nobody knows who the hell this is.
Yeah, make Tom Cruise the guy.
Bubba, do you know who this is?
I do.
Okay.
I've watched Severance.
Oh, you have watched Severance? Okay, I didn't know if you watched Severance or not.
I think sometimes you guys forget how online and in the loop you are. I don't think anybody knows who the hell
I
this
think
is.
you sometimes confuse you not knowing something for like nobody knowing
I'm
something.
the voice of the common fan.
You're
here.
not.
Make it the Oak Ridge Boys or something.
You're really not.
I mean, shout out to Tony Basilio. He did it first, but I'm also in that line of that's where I like to position myself. So
you do a bad job of it.
Well, not really. I'm just telling you, nobody knows who this is. If you put the poll in the field, 30% of people will know who this is. I feel like that's generous.
Put the poll where?
Wherever you put a poll.
So
X.com.
Put a Twitter poll up.
Put a Twitter poll up. Just say, do you know who is it? Terrell Tillman? Tremel Tillman. Do you know who Tremel Tillman is? Yes or no?
And I would like to point out that you said the same stuff about Bianca Belair, and then she was the celebrity guest picker.
Well, I'm not telling you this guy's not going to be the picker. I'm just telling you I don't know who he is. That's what I'm telling you. Why do you say that? Is that leaking? Is that information, or is that just...
No, it's just me logically looking. And
you just got to go with who's hot in pop culture.
Yeah, just nailing it. Like, again, I did with Bianca Belair when you told me I was crazy.
Well, you must know something if you're going to bring a name like this to the table.
I think he's the most popular VFL right now. I mean, outside of Peyton Manning. Like, if you're looking for somebody outside of sports, he's the most popular guy. I mean, besides Morgan Wallen, of course. Morgan Wallen's more popular. So, like, if Morgan Wallen's available, maybe they go there. Has Morgan Wallen ever done game day before for any school? I know sometimes they just have those random country singers at different places.
I don't think
so.
They're
like on tour somewhere or something.
I don't know, but I'd rather have Morgan Wallen than some guy that nobody knows.
You keep saying nobody knows him. People know who this guy is. Again, he was on the biggest movie and the biggest TV show this year.
Yeah, you're a movie TV guy.
No, I'm not talking about like artsy stuff. I'm talking about like pop cultural phenomenons. Like
I understand.
I didn't go watch Mission Impossible.
I understand that, but you just said he had the 6th biggest role on the show. Like,
but it's an important role.
Okay.
But I'm saying, like, well,
you don't have to get upset. I put the poll in the field. I'm just telling you, nobody knows who it is. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, if it comes back bigger than 0, then I'm going to say, oh, Cody's wrong.
If it comes back bigger than 0,
nobody means nobody. Nobody means 0.
Yeah, right. That's what I meant.
He's Emmy nominated. Like, the guy's a successful actor. He's one of the most like in demand actors now.
Okay, but he must be a relatively new actor.
Well, he is.
The fact that he's not in the mainstream to me.
Well, no, you just have your head buried in the sand. Like, you just watch documentaries about people from the 70s and 80s. Like, you don't watch anything new. Like,
attack me. Go ahead and attack me just because I can't help it that you're wrong about people knowing who this guy is.
No, I'm not.
People don't know who he is.
No, I'm not.
No one
wrong
knows
about
who this
it.
is.
I'm not wrong about it. I'm saying that you just are just a really bad gauge here.
Okay. Well, put the poll out there.
Because you don't watch anything.
Smart guy.
Okay, I will. And it'll be...
I'll put it out right now.
I've already put it out.
Where?
On Twitter.
How'd you phrase it?
Do you know who Tremel Tillman is?
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cody's rushing to vote no to try to help skew the poll.
It's not going to be skewed. I'm telling you. Our audience, our Tennessee fan audience, doesn't know who this guy is.
Do you think we're all just
going to be under 30%?
Do you think we're just all dumb hicks that live?
No, I don't think that. I'm saying nobody. This guy's not a mainstream.
Severance?
Yeah, it's a good show. I mean, I feel like it's got to be a little overrated as much as you guys like it, but I'm just telling you, less than 30% of people are going to know who this is.
Okay. Well, again, I just want to remind everybody, you said the same thing about Bianca Belair. The same thing. There was egg all over your face.
Well, whatever.
Well, you don't have to get defensive.
I'm just here for the average college football fan. I want a bigger name. I want it to be this is a big-ass game. I want a big-ass picker. This guy ain't a big picker. A guy that merely 30% of fans are going to know who he is, that don't move the needle for me. I want Dolly out there, Morgan Wallen, Tony Vitello, somebody big. Those are household names.
More people know who Tremel Tillman is than Tony Vitello.
Not in this fan base.
Well, who are people?
Are you
talking about Tennessee fan base or like college football fan base? Like, what are you looking for? Are they?
You're saying more college football fans know who Tremel Tillman is?
No, I'm saying just more people know who he is.
Okay, well, we're not talking about the Hollywood elite here. We're talking about college football fans. Who watches College Game Day?
Well, I don't know how many of the college football fans know the college baseball coach either. Like, I don't know how popular Tony Vitello is to like the college football fans.
I don't know why.
Now, if you're looking just for Vol fans, of course, yeah, obviously people would be fired up about Vitello, and Vitello would be great doing it. Would that feel a little underwhelming if it was just a regular coach? Do they do that ever, really? They don't really ever do that, right? They don't bring out – was Bruce Pearl ever like a – Auburn sucked at football for so long they probably don't even get game days. Duke wouldn't have had one for Coach K. Like, none of the places where the team's actually good, the coach probably isn't.
I feel like you got to be retired, like
Yeah.
a retired coach at the school or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me Timothy Chalamet.
Who was he representing whenever he did it? Where were they at? There's at some small school, right? Where were they at when Chalamet came out?
Was that the week they did it at like the HBCU?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Surely they wouldn't get white ass Timothy Chalamet out there when they were at HBCU, but they did.
Give me Sabrina.
Was it conference championship weekend? Maybe. Was it like an Army Navy? Maybe no, that wouldn't be championship weekend. I feel like he was talking about some obscure game.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was championship weekend.
It was championship weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So Sam's got a wedding. Bubba, you going to try to get in the game this weekend?
Tickets are going to be probably more than a mortgage, so probably not.
Yeah. It's not too late to find a sugar mama.
Nah.
You're looking pretty buff in that shirt. It's not too late. Show up, find you a woman, tell her you want to go to the game. Tell her you'll do things for her if she takes you to the game. Bada boom, bada bing, you're in the game.
Are people going to storm the field when we win this game?
That's been asked a couple of times in the chat.
I vote no. Don't do it. Don't put yourself beneath yourself.
At this point, with 2 field storms under our belt in the last couple of years, it's got to be just in like a super dramatic fashion.
We had the greatest field storm of all time.
Yeah.
And then we followed that up with what are we doing here? And like the recruits kind of started it and we blamed it on them. And don't do it. Don't do it when we win. I had a couple of girls this weekend say they were storming the field. I told them, I said, don't do it.
Storming the field is for college kids.
Storming the field is for Wake Forest. We're above that. That's what I told them.
Storming the field is for college kids.
Well, the problem is when the college kids do it, then everybody.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, obviously, like other people go out there. I was going to say, I'm not saying that only college kids do it, but they lead the charge. And a lot of college kids are probably here because of the storm, the storming of the field in 2022. They saw that and they're like, hey, we're from New Jersey. Let's go down to Tennessee. That looks awesome. I was about to say wicked awesome.
We're going to go run on the field.
Yeah, let's go do that too.
Remember that time we took our shirts off on the Jersey Shore? Now we're taking our shirts off on Neyland Stadium Field.
But like they came here probably to have that moment. Now, maybe you could say they got their feel in 2024 against Alabama. That was a pretty sad, storming of the field. But like, if Tennessee wins, I'm not saying they will or won't. I don't really like the conversation, on Monday because like Sam, you talk about the things that worry me. And really, I said the schematic advantage, but like rolled into that is like Kirby Smart, master manipulator, master motivator. Like, I hate that they're coming in a little wounded right now just because I've seen Kirby Smart whip his boys up into a lather. You know what I mean? Like, you go back and put that game film on from last year against Texas, where he convinced his team full of, 5-star defensive guys that nobody in the world believed in them. and they went in and just completely dominated the early parts of that game. The more people talk about Georgia being susceptible to an upset this weekend, the more it's probably going to fuel them. I do think Kirby hates Tennessee more than any other school as well. Like, I think there's beef there. Like a competitive beef. Not saying that like he hates Heupel or nothing, but like he never beat us as a player. And, you know, there's that video that in the locker room, I think from 22, where he talks about how he thinks about us every day of the year.
Yeah. I kind of wish he had beaten us once in the 90s just so he wouldn't have such a vendetta now.
Like, it was nice to have that win streak, and it was nice that, you know, Manning was able to win all those. But, like, yeah, like he had the video where he talks about how he thinks about us every day of the year. So, like, I do think there's some real, like, competitive animosity there. I do think he values Tennessee's rivalry. I do think he holds his head high knowing what he's done to us the last 8 years. Can't say we've never beat him. We did get him in 16 the first year. We had to get him that year, and we did. Thank God for the Hail Mary. But, like, I do think that he is going to be locked in. I think he knows that this is a resume-making, you know, win for him. Not the biggest game on their schedule, you know, when you look at the Texas and Alabama being on there as well. But, like, to him, this maybe means more. It's not like he's got any beef with Alabama. It's not like they passed him over for the job. You know what I mean? Like, he stayed there forever as a coordinator, then eventually had to leave to go home. It's not like Tony Vitello in Missouri where he wants to stick it to them whenever they play, or Josh Heupel in Oklahoma who, you know, they fired him and all that. It's not that. So he probably has just a lot of respect for Alabama. He probably feels bad when they beat Alabama. That's why they never beat them. That's why Alabama always gets the better of him. So, like, that throw that into the schematic advantage that he's had over Josh Heupel. Now, I will say, you know, we'll talk to Brooks Austin later in the week, maybe tomorrow, in terms of what this is going to look like on the field schematically. Is there anything Tennessee is doing differently this year to give them a chance? Are Georgia's, like, offensive line concerns legit? Is Gunnar Stockton, are those concerns legit? We'll talk to him about that. But, like, there's no doubt about it. Kirby has ate Heupel's lunch. Bobo's ate Tim Banks' lunch. Didn't even ask for it. Just grabbed it and ate it.
Got to change that Saturday. We got to eat our own lunch Saturday.
Have any of the wrinkles that you've kind of seen added to the Tennessee offense through 2 weeks given you maybe a little bit more of a reason to think that you can kind of get the best of them at some point in this game?
I don't know, Sam, if the difference between Kirby Smart bottling us up or not was like, hey, our wide receivers are lined up too far to the outside. Like, it is nice that we at least put in some stuff. We're like, hey, here's some motion. Hey, the wide receivers are a little bit closer to the where they're supposed to be, like in an NFL setup. Like, sure, like some of the screen stuff, yeah, gives me some hope, but we'll see. I'm not going to feel confident in the scheme until we get in there and see it actually happen. But I do think that the defense and the crowd is an advantage that Tennessee hasn't had in this rivalry in a while.
Is Trump coming to the game?
Is Trump coming to the game?
Yeah. He likes coming to these big college football games sometimes.
I don't know.
Somebody in the chat said, I wonder if said Trump's coming to the game. A lot of people writing in here on the Tramel Tillman take. So far, let's see. 121 2-pointer, never heard of him. GBMFO, never heard of him. One Fear Adventures, never heard of him.
Okay.
Matt, never heard of him. Boy, I'm having trouble finding anybody. Peyton's Fivehead, never heard of him. East T and Vol, never heard of him. And it looks like so far on X, about 75% of those polled have never heard of this guy.
26%.
So I guess all of you just have your head buried in the sand and you're all morons.
26%, much more than
you
zero.
Don't know this C-level actor.
26%, way more than zero.
I think it'll end up being Pete Hegseth.
The casual Red Zone watcher doesn't know.
The Secretary of War? Isn't he the Secretary of War?
From Mascot, Tennessee.
Yeah. Just know that I'm well aware of the common voice here.
There are plenty of people in the chat. Great actor.
I stand with
great show. Great actor in a VFL.
75%, just like I told you. It'd be under 30, just like I told you.
We shall see.
Nobody knows who this guy is.
We shall see.
Hey, Cody.
What's up?
Devour feculence.
Oh, cool. Good one. Good. Yeah. Oh, I quoted a TV show. I'm Sam. Look at me. Ooh, I could do a quote. I could do a quote too, Sam. But it's not FCC permitted. So I won't do it.
Let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll see. We'll switch gears to NFL, I think. Look at the weekend that was. Maybe look at the college football weekend that was. Yeah. Let's do that instead. Let's look at the college football weekend that was. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on FanRun Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors. Black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw premium vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
North Knox Siding and Windows is a complete exterior home improvement company that can help you with all your home exterior needs. If your home needs new siding, windows, doors, gutters, handrails, a deck, or a new roof, then give my friends at North Knox Siding and Windows a call at 865-689-0505. You can also visit their showroom at 5618 North Broadway. Locally owned and operated and proudly serving all of Knoxville and the surrounding areas, North Knox Siding and Windows. Online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
It's football time at Tennessee, so crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Built for bonfires, backyards, and beating Bama. Garage Beer is proud to be brewed right here in the Volunteer State. So pick up a 12-pack today and look for the drive celebrating Football Fridays at select Garage Beer headquarters around town this fall. American-owned, Tennessee-brewed Garage Beer. 100% beer-flavored beer.
NASCAR's in Bristol this weekend, so maybe Bubba writes in Troy. Okay. NASCAR's at Bristol this weekend. Oh hell, the interstate's gonna be crazy trying to come up on Friday. Do people still go to Bristol races? People still come from like other places, right? People still be coming up from like Georgia. Interstate's gonna be a madhouse.
I think so. I think people still know who that is. People still go there.
What stood out to you from the college football weekend?
So much.
John Mateer leading Oklahoma to a big home win. Michigan's complete lack of wide receiver talent. That was something that was wild to watch. They have no skill on the outside.
No wonder Savion Hyder went to go play on that offense because all they have are running backs.
John Mateer was fearless, his coaches say, as they rave about Oklahoma topping Michigan. You saw what he can do. He falls forward a lot. He's got great strength and skills. Tough guy, fearless. He attacks everything without fear, says Brent Venables.
Are we pumping the brakes on LSU's championship ceremony and like Nussmeier's Heisman enshrinement after they win 23-7 against Louisiana Tech?
Well, I never got in that car. Hopefully we weren't in that car here on this show. I don't think any of us were in that car.
Mike Gundy just running out the clock there at Oklahoma State, just collecting a check and just completely have given up after NIL.
I felt bad.
Got implemented as they get beat 69-3.
69-3.
And that was with Oregon completely calling the dogs off in the fourth quarter and not scoring. 69-3 through 3 quarters.
That's what Gundy gets for pouring gas on the fire.
Arch Manning kind of stinks.
Hurt, maybe?
Also, yeah, maybe hurts. That close-up of him going, owie, as he's throwing the ball. That's not something you want to see as the ball also then goes into the dirt, short of a receiver.
I think easily the biggest story for me coming out of the weekend is Mississippi State.
Okay. Mississippi State's getting a monumental win for them. I think I saw it was their first ranked win over a non-conference opponent since, I believe, 1991.
Great drama, too, the way it ended. I don't know if you guys saw the end of it.
Fantastic game.
They hit a deep pass. The guy ran to the end zone and scored. And then after Arizona State had just gone up 20-17, they had just kicked a field goal late.
And that was just a punishing drive. It was like 14 plays, 12 of them were runs.
Brutal.
It was like 7 minutes long. That's just one that kind of is a soul snatcher, and they just came back and hit the deep ball right after that.
Turns out they didn't bleed enough clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a big day for Mississippi State, and then they got the game-sealing interception at the end. And Starkville was going crazy.
Yeah, that place was rocking. Like, we better not screw around when we go there in a couple weeks.
That's what I couldn't help but think. Like, we got to go in here. Like, I'm not going to say I'm scared of Mississippi State, but I was like, geez, they've got an environment, at least when they're rocking.
They're going to be undefeated going into that game. Like, that's going to end up being close. They might be ranked by that point. Who knows? I don't know.
Do you know who they have between then and now and us?
Alcorn State and Northern Illinois.
Okay,
so, I mean, they'll be rolling whenever we come into town.
It'll be an environment.
That'll be a ranked win on the resume. Let's go.
It will be an environment.
We might need some help on the schedule after Florida. I gotta say, the take that might end up being our road trap game off to a good start as they drop one to South Florida. Their schedule's too tough to be losing those games. Big bad Florida, as I've had to hear all offseason from you and William. Big bad Florida. DJ Lagway. DJ Lagway.
I thought Lagway was going to be good.
Oh, DJ Lagway. Look at what he did against Samford.
Yeah, I admit that I'm wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong.
And then South Florida goes in there. And yeah, I didn't think they would be able to do it in a defensive battle. I thought the offense might have to show up for Golis to turn South Florida into a ranked team. But the defense flying around and held Florida to 16 points.
It was Florida's first defeat at home against a school from Florida other than FSU or Miami since 1938. Billy Napier says, quote, "It's not good enough. We've got work to do." Yeah, Billy.
Makes it worse that Scott Strickland already has pinned a letter to the fan base being like, hey, we're keeping Billy Napier this year.
Also that he got a big, didn't he get a big extension too? I mean, he won a championship in basketball.
Strickland?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did.
He won a championship in basketball. So he's not on the hot seat or anything, but it does feel like he has completely mismanaged this football situation.
Florida would owe Billy Napier a $20 million buyout if he's fired, including 50% in the first 30 days of termination, according to ESPN.
I don't think $10 million in a month is that hard to come up with for a serious.
There's just no excuse if you're Florida. Like, if I'm a Florida Gator fan, and look, I hope they keep Billy I hope they keep him forever. But if I'm a Florida Gator fan, I'm disgusted. Like, there's a picture going around with Steve Spurrier and Urban Meyer sitting there just watching. You know, it's like we got the most talent in the country, basically, in our state. There's no excuse that they should ever be bad, really.
Well, when you watch them, they, and this is what my biggest question with Billy Napier was. His scheme is, you know, it was successful at Louisiana because he had all the good Louisiana 3-stars that couldn't get into LSU, and he just had more talent than everybody. But like when I watched him, it was all like, we're going to go it's basically, it's an extension of Jeremy Pruitt NFL ball. Archaic caveman ball, where it's just like, hey, we're going to try to hit real short passes and run the ball and control the line of scrimmage and yada, yada, yada. It's out of shotgun, so you don't get the same, you know, complete feeling of it being archaic. But when you watch it, they got no juice. They got no difference makers. They don't get the ball to their players out in space. They don't have a modern offense. It's a very gross offense, which is why I could never buy into the DJ Lagway hype. Was like, I don't think why. I feel like I asked the question, but why do we think Billy Napier would be able to develop a 5-star quarterback? Like, watch that offense and tell me, why did we have confidence that was going to work?
I don't know. It doesn't look very good for them.
Through 40 games, Billy Napier is 20-20. After 40 games, Dan Mullen was 31-9. McElwain got fired for going 22-12. Will Muschamp was 24-16. Urban Meyer was 31-9. Billy Napier exactly at 500 in his first 40 games. Yeah, it feels like he's not long for that world. And then you worry about, you know, a mass exodus. They go to LSU this weekend. Then they go to Miami. Then they play Texas. Then they go to Texas A&M. We knew that schedule was brutal.
At best, that's 2-2, and probably not.
We knew that schedule was brutal, but we didn't know they were going to lose to South Florida, which further complicates things. At LSU, at Miami, both those teams in the top 5. Texas is right now at number 7.
Miami's about to get knocked out when South Florida beats them.
They might.
Golish got the best team in the state of Florida, possibly.
That was so weird. I don't think I've ever really fully realized. Like, did you see the video of South Florida's coaches walking back to the locker room?
Awesome. Like the elevator upstairs or whatever?
Well, the one I watched was like, yeah, like the coaches leaving at the same time. And like South Florida and USF coaches, yeah. As Florida coaches are walking out all sad. I don't think I ever realized that would happen in those moments. Like, I think that's the first time I've ever seen the coaches just going crazy while the other coaches just walk dejected, like, man, we're all about to get fired. Like, one's like, hey, we're about to get a great job. The other's like, man, we're about to get fired. That was kind of crazy. Hour 1 of the books. Looking off hour 2. Wait, hour 3. Oh my God. We've already been here for 2 hours. Yeah. Time flies with your buddies. Hour 2's in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. Let's talk sports on FanRun Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Now, it's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update. Presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Get clean car happy at any of the 250-plus Tidal Wave Auto Spa locations today.
Braves dropped the series to the Mariners. I'm Barrett Salee, and this is your Braves Radio Network Morning Update.
Get clean car happy all season long at Tidal Wave with exclusive membership discounts, giveaways, and more. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves for more information.
The Braves dropped the final 2 in the 3-game set to the Mariners. Game 3, an 18-2 defeat. The Mariners put up 8 runs in the third, 7 runs in the ninth. 5 different Mariners had 3 RBI each. It was ultimately a disaster on Saturday. On Sunday night, Joey Wentz went 2 1/3, gave up 8 earned runs, 1 walk, and struck out 2. Braves will look to get back on that winning track tonight. Bryce Elder going for the Braves. He's 6-9, has a 5.54 ERA, 105 strikeouts and 47 walks. Shota Imanaga going for the Cubs. He's 9-6, has a 3.15 ERA, 97 strikeouts and 23 walks. Ford Leadoff Show coming your way at 6:05 Central. First pitch against those Cubbies, 7:15 Eastern, 6:15 Central, right here on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, FANRUN Radio.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power Rankings, Tuesday Trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10, ayy. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen, ayy. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. This batch of headlines brought to you by SM Athletics. If you need any gear, any apparel for your team or your business or your club, give us a shout at SM Athletics, locally owned and operated. Great customer service. A storefront you could pop in and see, get to know the people. Don't trust the big box stores or online orders. Give SM Athletics a call at 966-3434 or online at smathletics.com. Let's hit some Hour 3 headlines. What you got, big boy?
Thank you, John. Mike Vrabel says Bill Belichick is welcome at the Patriots facility. Belichick made some headlines over the weekend after, they were asking him about why the Patriots scouts weren't allowed at UNC's practice facility. And he said basically that he wasn't allowed in the building up there, or wasn't welcomed in the building up there, so they wouldn't be welcomed here.
I can't go there and hang out. Why am I going to let them come here? Which, I appreciate the pettiness. But what about the boys? What about the kids?
Mike Vrabel says Bill Belichick is welcome, quote, to the best of my knowledge. But he added that nothing surprised him when it comes to Bill Belichick's decision.
I thought Vrabel was pretty bad yesterday, too. I didn't think that was a good debut for him in New England. I've already made my thoughts clear on Callahan. I thought Vrabel punting with 5 minutes left, down 10 points in the fourth quarter on 4th and 10, was the third worst decision of the weekend behind Callahan's top 2. I thought Vrabel punting there down 10 was really, really, really stupid.
Are you familiar with the name Luke Lindenmeyer?
No.
Well, that's Nebraska's tight end. And after scoring his first touchdown, he got engaged over the weekend after a 68-0 Nebraska victory. One tweeter writes, so Dylan Rayola's tight end has a very public engagement now. He'll do whatever it takes to become Pat Mahomes.
Yep.
How about that?
Pretty funny. Pretty creepy.
The Mountain from Game of Thrones. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
That big old boy?
Thor.
He has just set a new world deadlift record at 1,124 pounds. That's a lot of weight.
Got to say, he kind of made it look easy, too.
Do you think where do you rank him in terms of baddest men in the world? Like a guy you wouldn't want to, just a guy you wouldn't want to encounter in a bar fight. You got to be up there, right?
Well, yeah, he's got to be up there.
I mean, UFC fighters, like, obviously, but a lot of those are small guys. Like, he just looks so imposing.
I don't know what would happen if he got his hands on you.
Nothing good if he wanted to hurt you.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you would you'd have to hope that you could tire him out, that he's not got the best cardio. But
are you taking him over a UFC fighter?
I don't know about that. That's what I'm thinking about in my head.
I think I'm taking a UFC fighter.
What?
Just because they're more agile.
Any of them, or just like the big heavyweights?
I still think most of them.
Yeah,
not the small guys.
I don't know if
I don't know, man.
Not in a bar fight, right?
I don't know if the small guys have enough knockout power.
Yeah, like what do you do to that guy? Have you seen this
guy?
They
can go climb up on his back and choke him out.
Yeah, they could do that
if they can get there. I mean,
we saw in Game of Thrones. I mean, I don't think Sam's ever watched it, but like we saw in Game of Thrones that, like, you know, speed, it was his weakness.
I mean, the Hound beat him. Yeah, the Hound got him.
Well, so did the Viper.
Yeah, but that didn't turn out well for the Viper. Not to spoil.
He still got him though. He had him.
Well, he had him, but
he had him.
Then he didn't have him.
Well, he still killed him though.
Had him in the first half.
Still killed him though. So, I mean, he did get him.
I won't repeat what happened to the Viper. Sir Gregor Clegane.
But
I choose violence. You should watch the show, Sam. It's a good show.
So long.
Nah, you're not.
Just cut it off at the end of season 6.
You're good, Sam. Don't watch it. If you ever want to know what happens, I'll give you the story.
Yeah, I'd rather one of you guys just spoil it to me.
It's a lot of hours.
It's a lot of
hours. I'll tell you what happens.
Brandon
off the air.
Brandon Zimmerman of the SEC Network writes, if Stockton and Georgia's offensive line replicate their performance from the first 2 games at Tennessee on Saturday, the Dogs are coming home with an L. This is a guy who works for the SEC Network. He must know ball, right?
Is he a Georgia guy?
I don't know. It says Charlotte, North Carolina, news editor at ESPN SEC Network. Speaking of ESPN, and I didn't think the Red Zone deal was bad yesterday.
Nah, only a minute of commercials, they said.
It wasn't bad. I didn't think it affected anything too negatively. It was fine.
It was funny. Right at 1 o'clock, I kept waiting because usually, like FanDuel in the past, they've been like, hey, you know, you lose enough money on this website, we'll give you Sunday ticket. Here's a promo code. And that never came across. So that I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, well, maybe like in my head, I was like a Sunday ticket, because like in the past, like the first week you could always watch for free on DirecTV. The first week you could. So then like 1 o'clock came, I was like, okay, they're going to give us a free preview. Nope. So then I had to text my friend whose YouTube TV I kind of mooch off of. And I was just like, hey, how much is Sunday ticket for the year? Just let me know. I'll pay for it. So then I had to $370. $370, and I did debate it for a second, but I was like, no, I gotta have it. $370. At one time, it was a little gross. I wish I could have broken down over a month, or a couple months, but it was so nice having just all 4 games. And they finally fixed the quad box thing on the NFL, where you can actually pick the 4 games you want. In the past, I feel like unless I was just doing it wrong, that you pretty much had to take their pre-built ones, and it'd always be like one dud game I didn't want. But now they let you get rid of that and add something else, and I was like, hell yeah, this is great. I was in heaven. Just red zone on the top right. I had the Steelers. I took the Steelers Jets off for a while. I had the Raiders Patriots.
You were in heaven?
Nah, I won't say heaven, but I was pretty
just
happy.
Said it.
Yeah, I'll take it back. I was pretty happy.
Well, speaking of being in heaven, did you see that Ukrainian refugee that got slain on the light rail in Charlotte over the weekend?
I did.
Nope.
That's caused quite a discourse among those online on the X feed. It's pretty bad. It's a bad situation. She fled Ukraine to get away from war, and then came to America and got stabbed to death on a train. Any thoughts, Sam? You said you saw it.
What do you want me to
not good?
Do
right?
A Brooks Austin film breakdown of it?
Well, that's in poor taste.
I think bringing it up in headlines was in poor taste.
So this is the news, Sam. Aaron Rodgers won his Steelers debut, showed the Jets he can still play. There were probably people in the organization that didn't think I could play anymore. So it was nice to remind those people that I still can.
Who were you more impressed with from that game, Aaron Rodgers or Justin Fields?
Neither. I don't know. I mean, it was a fun game.
Both looked awesome. Fields, I thought the deep ball he hit to Garrett Wilson was nice. I thought a couple of his throws he got, I don't want to say lucky on, but like they seemed like poor decisions. But, that was a part of his problem, I thought, in Pittsburgh, was that he was too conservative. And he did say that when he got benched, was like, I can't be afraid of making mistakes. He basically is like, I got to be able to throw the ball in tight windows and not be so cautious. And I did think he improved on that, for the Jets. So I am intrigued on seeing how he actually progresses throughout the season. Because he went up against a pretty good defense and had a lot of success. And, hey, Garrett Wilson is pretty talented. Hey, Breece Hall is pretty talented. But I thought Rodgers looked like a stud. Now, the question with him is just how long he can hold up. Because every time he gets sacked, I was wincing, waiting to see if he was going to get back up. Waiting to see if he was going to hobble off the field or something. And
that one sack he took, I was like, oof.
The very first play, right? Or the very first drive, that one, or is there a different one? Because the very first drive, he got sacked, and it looked like he was going to be – I was like, does he get hurt again?
I think it was later into the game. I want to say like third quarter or something.
He got hit a couple of times, and they'd show the highlights, or because I think I took them off the screen, actually, because I didn't have any fantasy or gambling implications on there. So I was like, I'm good. I don't need to watch this one. But it was on the red zone a lot because both offenses were flying up and down the field. But I thought Rodgers looked good, but he's just old.
Very old.
And the question is whether or not he can make it through the season.
Missouri won the border war against Kansas 42-31.
I thought they were going to get raced at the beginning of the game. It was 14-3.
It was 21-6 at one point.
Yeah, that was a sick game.
Yeah, it was a fun game.
They came back and won.
I thought it was a pretty fun college football weekend, considering you didn't have a ton of big matchups.
I feel like whenever they say that it's a weak slate, it's always a really good slate.
Yeah, you had some nice upsets, leaves the room for that. Clemson, they nearly lost. They didn't really. I mean, they came back and won pretty easily, but they were down 16-3 and they turned it on, though. They dominated the second half.
Yeah, but they did look like they were in trouble. And Cade Klubnik, not off to a good start this season, but we'll see. They're in a similar position as Georgia this weekend, where they're going into – I can't call Georgia Tech a hornet's nest. I mean, I know they're the Yellow Jackets. I know Yellow Jackets and Hornets aren't the same thing. But, like, the numbers say Georgia Tech's going to win. Like, when you look at the analytics, some of the analytics out there predict Georgia Tech to win at home, same way they picked Tennessee to beat Georgia. That was another line that was up at like 7.5 or 8 that took heavy action on Georgia Tech early. And I want to say it went down to 4.5 as well. So, like, Tennessee and Georgia Tech both getting big home opportunities against the standard in their conference, both with teams that give them a chance to win. You can argue about whether or not they're supposed to win, but some of the models are picking them to pull the upset. So I'll be interested to see how they perform. I'll check the highlights, Sunday morning, because it's going to be all Vols for us on Saturday. But that'll be a fun weekend,
especially after the actor Jerry Shearer picks us to win on College Game Day. Jerry, of course, known for his performances acting in the movie Be Still in 2006, War Room in 2015, and The Forge in 2024. Jerry Shearer, your guest picker on Saturday. Micah Parsons, big debut for the Packers. He had a sack.
He had a sack, but it was like garbage time. It was late. His sack.
Packers look good.
Yeah, the Packers did look good. Jordan Love, I kind of mocked those Heisman chances, not Heisman, those MVP chances at 25-1, but he looked pretty good in that first half, especially the first couple drives coming out and setting the tone. Now, he got bottled up in the second half. They didn't really need to score any more points because the Lions just couldn't get going, but Packers look good. It's a fun Thursday night game. I hate that it's two teams that are so talented that, are going to have to play on short rest. Like, this seems like a big game that should be later, have more time in between it, maybe be on prime time like on Sunday night or Monday Night Football. But Commanders, Packers on Thursday night, that's going to be a good one.
It sure is. I'm excited about it. How good was that last night watching Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson go at it? I couldn't help but think when I was watching it, like, I may be overreacting, but two best quarterbacks in the league, maybe the two best teams in the league. That's why I kept saying, like, this looks like the AFC Championship to me.
Whoa, what a hot take!
You would have said last week.
The two last MVPs are the two best quarterbacks in the league.
Well, I was trying to get ahead of it because
easy.
you would have said last week. You would have said,
no,
Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Easy on that overreaction.
Until somebody beats Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, I just can't say it, Ska.
I don't think so. I think
That's what you would have been saying.
I said Josh Allen was the best quarterback in the league last week.
I think those two going at it, that was a high caliber football game.
It was a hell of a lot different than watching the Bengals have 7 total yards in the second half.
I mean, either one of those guys could have won, though. Like, Lamar should have won, obviously, but then both quarterbacks just phenomenal.
Would you have found it to be as fun if you had the Ravens money line?
Well, no, because I would have lost.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah, I just wonder if that's why you found yourself waxing so poetic.
Well, I mean, that got me fired up, but also just watching the quality of play from the two quarterbacks.
It does feel like whenever those two go head-to-head that it's always just like an instant classic.
The third quarter, Lamar was MVP favorite, but then by the end of the game, Allen had overtaken him for MVP favorite. Not nothing drastic, but Allen's fourth quarter got him back in the lead. Your MVP is probably going to be one of those two guys, and it's probably going to be Allen again, just because Khalil Shakir and Josh Palmer and Keon Coleman, that's not a very impressive wide receiver room.
Lamar really ain't got him either. I mean, Zay Flowers.
No, he's got Derrick Henry, though.
Right. Yeah, he's got a big weapon there.
Yeah, he's got the best running back.
That fumble, though.
15 years. Bad fumble.
Yeah.
And Henry said, hey, put it on me. So he told the locker room afterwards, like, hey, that loss is on me. I blew it. I'm sorry, guys.
Did they bring something up in the broadcast about Derrick Henry going into the Hall of Fame as a Raven?
Oh, I didn't hear that if that was the case.
I didn't either, but my buddy started texting about it, and I saw a few things on Twitter as well about it.
I
couldn't think about that.
If he has another 2,000-yard season, like basically he had one last year. I know he didn't, but like was basically there. Especially if they win a Super Bowl, there's a chance he goes in as a Raven. He probably thinks it's way cooler being with Lamar Jackson. I think it's a really good chance that we're watching the last traditional Hall of Fame running back with Derrick Henry.
Saquon Barkley? You think he can get there?
I think he can, but I don't even think of him as traditional per se. But like Barkley's got a long way to go, man. Like I know he was great last year, but we went through the stats. Like he's got basically the same amount of rushing yards as Lamar Jackson.
Do it. Yeah.
Another Titan turned Raven. How about DeAndre Hopkins? That one-handed
great catch.
Beautiful.
Someone tweeted DeAndre Hopkins ain't ready for 37U football yet.
Well, like I said, I had him in that parlay inexplicably. I was like, has he even played? I've been looking for him. I haven't seen him get on the damn field. Next thing I know, he had a big catch. Well, not a big catch. He had the catch on their last drive to try to get him to get him a first down. I was like, where the hell is Hopkins coming from? I got to say, I know that I'm gifted with hindsight and knowing the results, but as someone who bet on the Bills and was rooting for the Bills, I was very, very happy that the Ravens punted at the end of the game. And usually that means it's a bad decision. If they'd have lined up to go for it, I think every Buffalo supporter would have been groaning and upset about it.
If what?
When Harbaugh punted at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he should have gone for it.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is they're in field goal range if you don't get it.
Yeah. Well, to me, maybe that means they'll be a little bit more conservative. And you had 3 timeouts. Maybe you could have called the timeouts and had them kick a field goal and you get the ball back with a minute left and no timeouts. Like, I think the Bills, of course, they had to go the length of the field, so they're throwing the ball. And the next thing you know, Palmer hits the big one. Coleman breaks a tackle and hits a big one. I think they would have been a little bit more conservative had they already been at the 37-yard line or so.
I think if you're the Ravens, you got to think you got Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, 4th and short. Like, I think I agree.
I'm letting Lamar roll out every time. Like,
yeah.
A little play action, even if it's just a keeper and he runs, like that plays so hard to stop. I think there's a reason Harbaugh has blown as many fourth quarter leads as he has. Like, that's the 8th game just since 2021 that they've lost after having a 90% win probability. No other team has more than 5.
I think I saw 17 double-digit second-half leads blown or something like that, too.
Well, that's a lot. I know it's like a lot. I know it's like I want to say it's like 10 in the last 5 years or so, I think is the number I saw. Like, they blow a lot of bad leads, man. I don't know. Like I said, as a Bills fan, as a Bills supporter last night, not a fan, but someone who had the Bills, and needed some parlay stuff, I was very happy that they punted. I also thought he mismanaged the clock a little bit. I know that it's hard to pile on, but this is the stuff I like doing. I like watching and just thinking about, game theory and what I would do differently. But calling that timeout on 2nd down, I thought was a mistake when they're trying to basically kneel it out. If it was me, I think I call it with, 17 seconds left after 3rd down. And let's play a game, Josh Allen. You going to kneel again with 17 seconds, then run the field goal unit out there? Because I feel like they would have had to punt at that point, or not punt, kick a field goal at that point with 17 seconds left or so. Then you could at least had 11 seconds and have a chance to get the ball back. Instead, Harbaugh just called the timeouts early, and the Bills got to take a knee and then had 30 seconds to get out there. I thought that was mismanagement. John Harbaugh, one of the losers of the weekend for sure, just blowing that lead. I can't put him in the top 3 just because so much other bad stuff happened, but I thought that was another black mark on his resume. But they'll be fine. They'll win a bunch of games. As will Buffalo. Good batch of headlines. Let's go to break. Let's talk sports on FanRun Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is FanRun Radio.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball that scored points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires. Just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776. Or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the Triple Wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw Premium Vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly. Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
As we continue rolling along to Georgia, do you agree that Oklahoma beating Michigan is equal to beating Syracuse? Beating Michigan at home equal to beating Syracuse? That's what we got somebody in the chat saying about Oklahoma's, I don't want to say statement win, but they're it was a big moment for them. I mean, like they did dominate. That Michigan team does seem a little stinky, but I thought that was quite a bit better than beating Syracuse.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I mean, Michigan was in a bad spot. You got a freshman quarterback rolling into a tough environment. Like Bryce Underwood didn't have it, But yeah, that's still a much better team than Syracuse. But I get the point. I get where he's coming from. By the way, some breaking news on the College Game Day guest picker this week. We'll be welcoming to town Vivian El Haber, an Argentinian actress known for her roles on the sketch show Cha 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 and in the films Guapas and Farsantes. So getting ready to welcome her to town.
Just for the record, Sam, we broke the 30% threshold he said we wouldn't get to at the moment, just for the record. Just for the record. Never has someone been
what are we at?
I think Cody's whole thing about being like proudly ignorant is a nice, endearing bit. It's funny. It's good.
You can call me ignorant if you want, but I don't know many people who have been as wrong as you.
What do you mean wrong?
On so many topics the last several days.
What are we wrong about?
Wrong about the Dolphins. Wrong about the Chiefs. Wrong about Ole Miss. Wrong about people knowing who this actor is.
I wasn't wrong about the Dolphins.
Wrong.
And you said no.
Are you ever going to be right about anything?
You said no one knows who he is, and over 30% of people have said they do. So
what's the number at 31, 32?
I think you were wrong.
I wasn't wrong.
I think you were wrong.
I wasn't wrong at all. I think our chats would reflect that I was correct. And saying nobody knows who this is.
I don't think that.
And I think everyone is smart enough to understand that me saying nobody doesn't literally mean no single person. I said it'd be under 30%.
And it's over 30%.
What's the number?
So if it's over 30%, you said under 30%, does that make you wrong?
Well, that would make
31%.
Okay. Yeah.
So it makes you wrong?
I'd say that makes me roughly right.
Wrong? Roughly right.
Roughly right.
Roughly right is a good way of saying wrong.
I'd say it makes me roughly right.
Roughly right is a good way of saying wrong.
I just want to know why you brought the name up. Is that
because he is the most But he is in terms of Vols, like he's new to the scene.
Well, he's not even a Vol for one thing. I looked the guy up. He got his master's here. Okay, he grew up around like D.C., Maryland, went to Louisiana.
If you get your master's here, you're a Vol. Now we're gatekeeping who's a Vol and who's not.
I'm just saying. I think he spent like a year here. Like he's not.
He's talked about his time at Knoxville and how it helped shape him. I'm
just saying, in the traditional sense of a Vol, I mean.
So if you get your master's here, everybody, you're not a Vol.
That's not exactly what I'm saying.
Undergrad only?
I'm just saying if you're going to be the college game day picker, I mean, I would like maybe some stronger ties.
Undergrad only for Vol status?
I'm simply saying.
Is Morgan Wallen allowed to be the guest picker if he didn't go to Tennessee?
Morgan Wallen's an East Tennessee guy through and through.
Didn't go to the school.
I don't personally love
You're
his
from Arkansas.
music.
How do you get to gatekeep who's a Vol? You're from Arkansas.
I've been coming to games here since I was a little boy. And my daddy is from Fayetteville, Tennessee. I'll have you know, Lincoln County.
Yeah, and you're from near Fayetteville, Arkansas. So
I've been here.
The only Fayetteville that matters to you is Arkansas, not
Fayetteville,
Tennessee.
I've been here 13 damn years.
I love Arkansas Cody trying to gatekeep the common fan.
My
daddy's
from Lincoln County. And I've been coming here since I was a baby boy. I can't help where my parents were employed when I was a kid, all right?
Arkansas Cody, you're going to tell us who's a Vol or not.
Go ask 8-year-old chubby Cody where he wanted to be.
I'm going to ask 32-year-old fat Cody.
That chubby little boy was decked out in orange every day of the week.
Born and bred.
Every day of the week. Power T, home sweet home to me.
Tea.
It's not a very good one, but it is.
Tea. That's the type of T tattoo that you'd have if you're from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people down in Arkansas could probably do the power T. That's the type of T you get when you're from Arkansas.
My blood pumps orange. My blood is orange.
Well, that tattoo is like yellow, so
I bleed on. It ain't a good tattoo. I can't help it.
It's yellow.
You're right. You're right. Those Arkansans didn't really know how to do the power T properly.
If you did that tattoo in Knoxville as a real Vol, you would have gotten a much better tattoo.
All I'm saying is Tramel Tillman got his damn masters here. He ain't a Vol.
Just for the record, I didn't say to take the Dolphins. That was you being wrong. That was you being wrong. I never ever
I damn sure didn't say take the Dolphins.
You took them.
Well, I did in a 4-game.
So you said in your head, I'm going to take the Dolphins. I never said,
because I had your influence in my mind.
I never said to take the Dolphins. I'll own up to saying that I thought the Chiefs would beat the Chargers.
Yeah, you cost me money. I had the
best
Chargers.
Game Justin Herbert's played. He should maybe move to Brazil. I think Justin Herbert should consider moving.
That's the love bump.
It might be the love bump. Maybe you're onto something there. Maybe the Madison Beer love bump. Maybe now he's a baller. Maybe it's just year 2 of Harbaugh. Really, the big problem was going against Harbaugh in week 1. The guy's, I think he's 6-0 in week 1s. Like, he's just a phenomenal coach.
Well, something had to give there because the Chiefs were like, how many had they won straight against the Chargers? 7?
I don't know if it was 7 in a row, but they were 7-1 their last 8. I don't know. I don't think it was 7 in a row, but they were 7-1 their last 8. But
deport Herbert.
I think it could be great for Herbert's career if he was the Brazilian quarterback. So, look, I will own up. I was wrong about the Chiefs. I was wrong about that. We're at 31.3% now on Tramel Tillman, so I was right about that. You were wrong.
Currently, I guess.
And I never said anything about taking the Dolphins. I just asked the question, are we sure they're going to be terrible?
Well, I just want to ask on the Tillman thing. Do you have any information? It just seems like an odd name to bring up is all I'm saying. Do you think that's what they're going to do?
Just like I nailed.
I'm not trying to be combative here. I'm just
like
asking.
I nailed Bianca Belair in 2022 and we had this whole
spiel. You nailed Bianca Belair? Congrats.
Well, I wish.
Way to go.
Whenever you're telling me nobody knows who she is, she'll never be the game day picker, and then they ran her out as the game day picker. We were having that same discussion, how nobody would know her. Who? Bianca Belair? Who the hell is that?
I mean, I did say something similar to that. Yeah.
So, like, just when we were having the same thing, and I was 100% right.
But I feel like now I know her a lot more than I know this guy.
Well, I would say at the time you didn't.
But do you think they're going to do this? Like, is this what you're saying?
I think he is firmly on the table. He has had pop culture moments. He's been in 2 of the biggest things in the last couple of years.
But
when
why
you look
him?
at Mission Impossible, when you look at Severance,
I'm just asking the logic. Like, why would ESPN trot him out there?
Because he's famous.
But he's not.
He is.
But he's not that famous. Like, is Morgan Wallen not a better?
Go through I mean, if they can get Morgan Wallen, sure, Morgan Wallen's more popular.
Like, where does he rank on the list? You may be right that he's on the table, but like, where is he? 15th? Like,
he's below Morgan Wallen. I don't know where Morgan Wallen's at. I would think that he would be, a top option.
I mean, give me Tony Vols.
I don't think they usually. I feel like that's a little underwhelming just to bring somebody that works for the university on. That's not really a celebrity.
Yeah, no, that's probably not going to be Tony Vols.
Would we be like disappointed if it was Tony? Like, I don't really care either way because I'm not going to be watching game day. I'm going to be frantically trying to put the tailgate that I know Cody's going to mess up and not actually do for everybody. And
oh, come on. Come on.
How about Lee Corso?
When would I ever let you down?
But
let's let Lee Corso be a guest
or like
picker.
Lee Corpso.
I don't really care who it is.
Taste. I apologize for that.
But like, I feel like you're getting hung up on the celebrity guest picker thing. I feel like there's a lot of.
I'm not hung up. You got me hung up. I wasn't even thinking about it until you mentioned this name.
Well, I mean, I just think there's a lot of like random celebrity guest pickers.
I don't know
that most people you would say don't really know. Like, how many people watch like the Chainsmokers? Who the hell are the Chainsmokers? Why the hell are they getting these guys on here?
Well, I know them. They're famous. I just want the best for my school.
Sure,
it's our best opportunity to beat Georgia that we've had in years.
It ain't going to be Dolly. You can go ahead and get that out of your head. It ain't going to be Dolly.
Well, I just want somebody big time, man. I want somebody big. It's nothing against this Tremel Tillman. I'm sure he's a good actor. It's just I want somebody bigger, somebody that's a Vol, somebody that we know. And I'm not trying to diminish the guy. He got a master's degree. Good for him. But I don't really think he's a Vol. I want it to be somebody, somebody we all know and love. Like Kenny Chesney.
Like Trey Young get you fired up?
I'm just kidding. Trey Young.
I mean, Trey Young was the one this week.
How about Trey Smith? That'd be
He's a little busy.
Is he?
Yeah, playing football.
Yeah, but Sunday. I mean,
yeah,
he can't fly into town.
Yeah, they're playing the Eagles. That's a pretty big one on Sunday Night Football. I don't think he's got time
but he's got 24 hours to. I mean,
like Ohio State got AJ Hawk,
right? Somebody that's a true Ohio State guy. Like that's big for them. How about a good VFL football player? Somebody that ain't Peyton. Somebody like Eric Berry. What's Eric Berry doing?
Who was it in November? Who the hell had Dude Perfect out there? Where were they at on November 30th last year?
I don't know.
Justin Fields. Cody Rhodes. That's a pretty good one.
I just feel like you've got some intel on
Schwarber.
This Tillman guy that you're not sharing.
No, I don't have intel.
So that you can set it up as a look where I was right and Cody was wrong kind of thing. I feel like that's what you're doing.
What if we just run the ball and go like Candace Parker?
I'd be fine with that.
Everybody'd be fine with Candace. That'd be a good one.
I'm not.
She could talk about the Adidas deal, maybe.
I'm not going to be rolled up.
You think if we're still under contract with Nike, could they bring that up?
They have it in place. I don't know. I don't know what the rules would be there.
Just give me Candace Parker.
Honestly, I'm looking through some of these past pickers. There's not a lot of great A-list celebrities on there.
How about Phil Fulmer?
Nate Bargatze. A lot of former players like Baker Mayfield, The Rock, Ken Jeong,
Quentin Tarantino. Samuel L. Jackson.
Now that's a Vol.
Now those are a couple of famous guys that got some Vol connections.
Yeah, let's bring in noted Georgia Bulldog fan Samuel L. Jackson to pick for the Tennessee Georgia game.
Is he really?
Now you're talking.
I didn't know he was a Georgia fan.
Yeah,
I was just saying he's got Tennessee ties.
He does, but he is famous. He talked about how he rooted for both Georgia and Tennessee growing up.
Well, F him then.
He's from like Chattanooga, and he's like, hey, he tried to explain it one time on Twitter. He's like, Georgia and Tennessee weren't really rivals back then. He's like, so I rooted for both, but he really just got to become a Georgia fan whenever they got good. So no, I don't think we should get noted Georgia fan Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay, well they can't all be winners. Scrap that one. Oprah.
Got Peyton Manning was our picker on when we beat Alabama in 22.
Well, there you go. Yeah, that's back when everybody still talked about the curse.
The curse has been put to bed.
Long put to bed.
You win a national championship, but they've been in the building. Cody is basically a carpetbagger cosplaying as a Vols fan. Well, Jordan, I don't even know how much he cosplays as a Vols fan unless they're good, because, I mean, he was an Alabama fan for a while. LSU fan for a while.
I'd like to see Jordan recite random scores from the 2002 Tennessee Volunteers.
That definitely means you're a fan.
The 2003, 2004. How long you been a fan, Jordan? How old are you? Because I would say I've probably been a fan just as long or longer than you. Depending on how old you are. Now, if you're like 52, then you got me, but carpetbagger.
Buck
I'll give you
says-
some carpet you can bag, son of a gun.
Buck says John Gruden.
I got
Which
a
is
lot of
interesting.
Tennessee blood in my body.
It's interesting because he is on like a rehab tour.
I'd be in for that. I'd be all in for that. He'd have some juice.
You're not even going to be paying attention, Sam. You'll be getting ready for your wedding.
Nah, no. I'll
Biggest
watch.
weekend in Knoxville in over 3 years, or just under 3 years, and you're going to be at a damn wedding.
Listen, you don't gotta keep beating the drum. I know.
How about
You're not even in the wedding.
Again, I know.
If you're not even in the wedding, I think you can skip it.
I mean, it's too late now.
No, it's not.
Already bought the guy a gift. I've already RSVP'd to the wedding.
That's great.
That's money burnt out of my pocket already. Might as well just continue to go on with it.
Is it an open bar?
Yeah.
Well, at least you can get your money back for the gift at the bar. Be any women there?
It's a wedding. Of course there'll be women there.
Well, I mean, like
only a man wedding.
I mean,
It'd make the wedding a lot simpler. I can tell you that if it was a men's only wedding.
Be in and out.
Yep. Wouldn't take
probably have the game on with it too.
Yeah, wouldn't take 8 damn hours.
I do. You do. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Let's go watch ball and drink.
Yeah.
Pictures. We remember what we look like. It's fun.
Fancy dinner. Nah. Pizza and wings.
We're good. All good.
How great would that be?
Tennessee's playoff odds improved quite a bit over the weekend, at least from a gambling perspective. Tennessee was around plus, I think, 310 heading into the weekend. They came out of it at plus 225.
Ooh.
Came out of it at plus 225.
Hooty-hoo.
That still trails like Alabama, even.
Oh, give me
which is a little frustrating.
Give me a damn break.
Georgia is minus 220. LSU in Texas, minus 196, minus 210. But then Tennessee comes in there right there with basically, it's like us and Auburn as the next closest, which I still don't really see that with Auburn. Sam, is that a dumb take to say I'm not ready to believe in Auburn?
No. I mean, I think you still gotta figure out if Jackson Arnold can pass the football. Good runner.
Yeah, he's a good runner. Makes me think he's not going to hold up the whole year, but I'm not ready to talk about Auburn as a playoff team just yet, but their odds are kind of in line with ours, as are Oklahoma's and A&M. So, we're all kind of there jumbled up, but at least Tennessee has moved into that tier.
If we win Saturday, where do you think we go in the polls? Top 5?
Georgia's not even top 5 right now, so I would say probably not. Now, of course, if a team lost, if LSU lost to Florida,
right?
Of course, that would change things.
Yeah, there's some good games Saturday night I really want to watch after our game. A lot of good football this Saturday.
If Miami struggles with South Florida but wins, then I can see us, jumping them.
A&M Notre Dame play this week as well.
That doesn't really have any factor on the top 5, but
I'm just if Notre Dame lost, that'd be another position we'd shoot up.
Yeah. I think we'd pass Notre Dame even if we just beat Georgia. I think we'd just take their spot at number 6.
Man, how sweet would it be? 1 week from today, be sitting here talking about the playoffs, talking about how that path don't look so bad anymore.
Well, no, please note I've been on record the whole time saying the path doesn't look that bad. You're not going to try to ride that way.
No, I know you have.
John's wrong. This is what John's wrong about. Well, I got to tell you, that road trip to Florida looks a lot easier.
You don't have to take everything so personal. All I said is
that
you've
road
been
trip
wrong
to Florida looks a
lately
lot easier. That road trip to Alabama looks a lot easier. That home game against Georgia looks a lot easier.
And I give you credit for that. You don't
John
have to
was
take
wrong.
it so
When are you
personal.
ever gonna be
I'm just
right
saying
again?
you've been wrong
The next
about
time we
like
have
5 things in the last 3 days. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not the one that bet on the Dolphins. That was you,
You've
brother.
been wrong about everything else, but you would be right about that.
You're the one that bet on the Dolphins, brother, not me.
I hope you are right. I hope you finally get one right because that'd be a sweet feeling Monday.
And just for the record, everybody, remember as you're listening this week, Cody punted on the Georgia game. He said there was no chance we were winning. We're punting on that game.
Well, that was
2 weeks ago. We were punting on the game.
True,
no
exactly.
chance we could beat Georgia at home.
That's not exactly true.
Sam, he said, I'm just punting on that.
No, I said it's the
I'm just
toughest
punting.
game on our schedule.
We're losing that one. I'm punting that one.
I said unless we're going 12-0, if I have to logically pick one we would lose, it would be that one. That doesn't mean I'm saying we don't have a chance to win that game.
I believe the exact quote was, I'm punting on that
one. That was in the context of us, getting into the playoffs at 10-2 or 11-1.
It was just context looking at Tennessee's schedule. You said, I'm punting on that one.
Well, I think I just explained myself pretty clearly.
Oh, you got to go to Florida.
Keep saying what you say. Keep repeating it.
We can't go to Florida, man. We haven't won there in 20 years. DJ Lagway is so good. DJ Lagway.
I didn't say that specifically.
Pretty much.
Not specifically.
Not specifically.
Thank you.
But pretty close. Pretty close.
And I admitted that I was wrong about thinking Florida might be good this year.
Yeah.
I admitted when I was wrong.
Yeah.
Unlike you.
No, I started the segment admitting I was wrong about Kansas City. What are you talking about?
Well, let me know when you want to admit you're wrong about people knowing who that actor is.
So far, still holding steady of being right. Over 30%.
31% still?
Yeah.
69 in my favor.
And
not the first time either.
First time you haven't had to pay for it. 30%.
Oh, that's not
30%
true.
is not nobody either, just for the record. 30%. Honestly, Sam, I think that's about, I don't know what percentage you would have said it.
Like I said, I'd say I was roughly right, saying it'd be around 30%.
Roughly right.
Like I was roughly right.
Yeah. Roughly right.
In fact, I was kind of right on the number.
No way Tennessee
honest.
could beat Georgia.
I'm pretty accurate. Right. I'm pretty smart. No, I just took offense to the fact that you say people who don't know who the guy is, but have their head buried in the sand and are morons.
I never said that. I said
just because we don't know this C-level actor.
I said you bury your head in the sand.
Well,
I was talking about
the common fan rides with me.
I was talking about you specifically.
Well, me and the common fan are on the same wagon. We ride down that trail together.
You specifically. There's plenty of people that were just like, no, I don't know who it is, and I think that's fine. But it's not like,
nobody knows who this is. No one ever watches the biggest show in America, Severance. No one ever goes to see Mission Impossible, the new one that did $400 million at the box office. How could you ever expect people to know who this is?
William, do you know who Tremel Tillman is? William says no.
William doesn't know who anybody is. William, did you listen to him play that game with Russell?
Here he comes.
He immediately puts the headphones on.
Did you listen to him?
I'm just over here, man.
At him, but like William's not very good at pop culture. He watches Marvel movies,
and
scary movies. That's pretty much it.
Well, that's
and as far as
Star Wars,
John wants a C-level actor to be our celebrity guest.
And as far as TV shows, I think the only show you've ever told me about watching is Stranger Things
and The Office and Outer Banks
and The Office and what Outer Banks.
Outer Banks.
Okay. So, like, I'm not surprised that you don't know who he is, William. I would have said that you wouldn't have known who he is.
Well, you have your head buried in the sand and you're a moron.
I'm not going to lie, John. I mean, I watched Severance and I know who he is. I had no idea he was in Mission Impossible.
Well, that's fine. And I didn't go see Mission Impossible.
Not a clue.
He's gotten some movie roles after this is all I'm saying. Like, he's on the up and
My
up.
problem is more so, not even that, but the fact that he's not a Vol. He's not a Vol. He didn't. He got his masters here.
Ozark McClure is not going to tell who's a Vol and
here.
who's not a Vol.
No, you're not going to. You're
no
not do
different
that.
than him.
You're not going to do that to
went
me.
to school. He came here and
you're not going to do that to me. I've been here for 13 years. I've covered more tracks in this state than you have, buddy. You're not going to do that to me. I know Tennessee in and out throughout. It's in my damn blood. My family's been here for hundreds of years. All right, just because my daddy worked in Arkansas when I was a boy, I couldn't help that. I got Tennessee in my blood.
Well,
this guy got his
master's.
master's.
He can't help where he was born. He made the right decision.
Well, I'm not saying he should go be the guest picker for the Maryland game where he's from, is what I'm saying.
Okay, then you should be an Arkansas fan where you're from.
Perfect. They're two different things. Two completely different things.
Love it. Good
two
job.
Completely different things.
We got to where we need to get to. Stay where you're at. Root for where you're from. Go to Maryland, Tremel Tillman.
You go to hell.
To Arkansas.
Go to hell. That's where you're from. Yeah. Go to hell.
Great job. You put that one up on a platter.
Go to hell.
I'm just glad you didn't eat it before it got to me.
You feel good about that? Does that make you feel better about yourself? To put others down just because you're rapidly gaining weight, just because there's someone fatter next to you,
on a platter.
Does that make you feel better about yourself?
Good. Hey, this shirt's still just an XL.
Just because you're up to 278 now, and you look at me and I'm over 300.
I'm not 278.
Whatever you need to tell yourself.
Still XL over here, buddy. Still an XL. Last call on the other side. It's Talk Sports on FanRun Radio.
You're locked onto FanRun Radio, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and online at fanrunradio.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Hi, I'm Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group. Are you looking to buy or sell a home? Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or just need a change, it's never been more important to have experienced, trustworthy representation in the real estate process. So if you have any real estate questions, I'd love the opportunity to earn your trust. Call me anytime for a free chat, 865-742-1035, or find me online at bonowshouses.com. The Kregner Group, real estate the right way.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Last call here on the program. The Monday football show is so fun. Just talk ball. That's it. Just sit around.
Yeah.
Talk ball.
I wish every show could be like this.
Well, we get more ball tonight, although I don't know how much you'll care about the Vikings and Bears, but
I'll be there. I'll be there watching.
See what Caleb Williams looks like. Sammy, anything else from the weekend in football that we didn't get to that's worth mentioning?
Not the weekend in football. I had other stuff prepared other than football in case you were wondering on that.
Okay, well, go ahead. What did we miss otherwise?
Carlos Alcaraz takes down Yannick Sinner.
Vamos!
To win the U.S. Open.
Them two just playing each other in every Grand Slam is probably going to get old pretty quickly, but
they actually asked Sinner that in a post-game presser.
What'd they ask him?
Because apparently, like, Rafa and, back during the Federer and Rafa days, they asked Rafa, like, hey, does it get old, like, having to play this guy just over and over and sometimes being on the losing end of it? Like, would you have rather seen some different competition? And he's just like, I kind of like the being able to kind of go back and forth with someone that you're just –
yeah, and Sinner –
there's nobody as close to those two. So I guess it's just kind of like a duel between them.
Yeah, Sinner kicked his ass at Wimbledon. He kicked his ass in the last one. They've played some classics. I think they're going to both get their fair share of Grand Slams. It doesn't seem like there's a third guy there. For a good portion of that, it was just Nadal and Federer, but then Djokovic started hanging out there too and taking from both of them, eating off their plates. Both these guys are super young, and I'm sure there will eventually be a third guy up there, but those two have a chance of trying to replicate. I don't think it'll ever hit the same way Federer and Nadal did. I don't think Sinner carries himself like Federer did. It wasn't like Federer was oozing with personality, but he was so regal. Like he just seemed cool. Sinner, not really handsome. Doesn't really seem interesting. Alcaraz, not as cool as Nadal. Like when you look at the flair and the hair and the way he plays every point. Like, Nadal was fascinating because he played every point like it was his last. He just grinded every single point. Carlos doesn't necessarily have that. Carlos, not quite the same level of a grinder, but
Alcaraz made a joke to him in like the trophy presentation that he sees Sinner more than he sees his own family these days.
That's pretty funny. What else?
Did you see the Ryan Clark and Peter Schrager like dispute on
Twitter?
On Get Up?
Ryan Clark just seems to have beef with everybody. It seems like this guy's always in the mix. Like, is that the only way he tries to stay relevant? Like, what was he mad about Peter Schrager about?
He basically, like, they were kind of having an argument, and he said, like, that's the non-player in you. Basically just calling Peter Schrager just some talking head, and he's never played ball before.
I feel like that is a disrespectful thing to do.
Guy didn't have the makings of a varsity athlete, Peter Schrager.
I think that's a disrespectful thing to do to somebody as, like, your teammate on there. Especially Schrager, who is just now coming to ESPN, still getting kind of introduced to that ESPN audience. I think Schrager is really good. I liked him and Kyle Brandt on, Good Morning Football and all his work on the NFL Network. I've liked what he's done so far with ESPN, but if you get that, Stephen A. Smith will do that to people too from time to time.
He didn't play the game, did he?
No, but he would just talk to people and just call their credentials into question. While trying to put himself over. Do you know what they were arguing about, Sam? Did you?
I think it was over some Micah Parsons stuff, I believe, maybe.
All right. Well, that'll do it for us today. Good Monday edition of the show. We'll do it again tomorrow. I believe we'll have Brooks Austin tomorrow. I believe it'll be tomorrow that we're getting him for another little film breakdown and a Georgia preview. I'll finalize that over the next day or next couple of hours.
Reach out to me if you got any deals on tickets. I'm looking for 2 or 3 together.
9:20 tomorrow. 3 together?
2 or 3.
Surely you ain't that damn big. They'll let you sit in one. You ain't got to pay for 3.
Go to hell.
Tony Basilio coming up next.